so important. I sent your zodiac sign, put it in the chat, guys. Okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else. It's only you at the end of the day.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Tribe T segment. That is when you guys send in your stories. If you need advice, or if you just want to have a good little kiki session with us, we welcome everything as long as it's within the rules. My name is Naja, aka the Voodoo Child. Okay, I don't know if I said that already. I've been on stream for a little bit, but I try to keep these streams kind of like themed, you know, and because it is the holidays, we have Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, all of that stuff. I wanted to do stories that had to do with friends and family, okay? And we go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on Twitch. So if you guys would like to be in the live stream, you see over here, if you want to be on the screen in the chat, you got to head over to Twitch. But we do also stream live on YouTube on after the fact, you know, so shout out to everybody on YouTube, okay? But yeah, we do all the live stuff on Twitch. So, and this is not a dual stream. I get that a lot. This is not a dual stream. If you're watching, wherever you're watching this right now is the only place that you can watch it. So, yeah, that's all the little house rules I got. Let's get into these stories. This is actually a really good stream to watch if this is your first time seeing me, because we have receipts today. Tons of receipts. I have 14 pages of receipts, not literal pages, 14 screenshots. Somebody earlier said court is in session, bitch. Like that many screenshots. So we're going to do the screenshots, the story with all the screenshots first. And that one is called Was I in the Wrong? Trouble in TRIBETEA. I don't know where y'all was. I don't know what El Drugas y'all was on, friend, but yeah, I don't know. Damn, I just noticed TMI, but I'm like, damn, why is my zipper so damn gold, bitch? Like, geez, can I have some privacy? Shit, sorry. Anyway, the second one is Karma Hit My Ass 3 Times in a Loop, relationship horror story. Okay. The third one is pretty long, and it is called 14-Year Friendship Ended on This. Was I in the wrong? And the last one is called Soap Denier X. Ew. How do you deny soap? Like, what are we even like debating about right now? Okay, friend. How long into this until I'm gonna save it, because I'm about to say, how long was you messing with him until you noticed something was a little tart? Where in the courting, girl? Okay, man. All right, I'm about to get into this first story, child, because I can't. The first story is called Was I in the Wrong? Trouble in TRIBETEA. Okay. Not y'all saying he don't wash between his cheeks. He probably don't. That's why I'm just like confused. Like, how do you not know that man don't use soap before he even becomes a boyfriend, let alone an ex? Anyway, Trouble in TRIBETEA. Hey Naja, this story involves the ending of a friendship. I genuinely want to know if I was in the wrong. I'll also be providing screenshots that you're welcome to share with the tribe. There will be cues when to view them so that they align in order with the story. I was wondering, because like you got them numbered, and like I am appreciative, you know, no shade. So this is going to be kind of long. I'm just going to jump right into it. FYI, the names and places of the people are fake. This story that was also written in 2021, I just so happened to find it in my drafts. I have also grown since this, and I'm a bit older now, so I can see where we both might have been in the wrong. Yeah, I can see that. Like, it takes two. And then like the more further away you are from it, you could see things a little bit clearly where like maybe you could have done better and stuff. It's just growing pains type shit, you know. And she said, please disregard the orange and red scribbled screenshots. I had to cut the story short so those ones won't make sense. So you said orange and red, disregard those ones? Orange and red. Okay, I see. Girl, that's the whole thing. All right, I'll just follow your lead and see what you tell me to do. How about that? So, in college of 2019, I met my friend JC. She ended up moving to a nearby city about an hour away, and we're going to call it TRIBETEA, and we planned for me to go and visit her. So my car was having unexpected problems, so I had to take it to the shop and couldn't drive there. JC still wanted me to come, so we came up with a plan. I would take the Greyhound bus, and JC would pick me up from the station. Pause. Why can't JC just drive over there and get you? Well, I guess it would kind of be like I got to go from and back. I guess. So she was going to drive me back home Sunday morning, and it would be about an hour drive. Girl, I roll in Jacksonville, Florida. That is a little ass trip. I would do that for my bestie. The fuck? Well, my dumb ass did do that. But I'm just saying, bitch, that's me. I would have done that for my bestie. Like, what? I would have not had her on no damn Greyhound bus for an hour drive. That's wild. That's wild. So the catch is I worked the first shift at a hotel starting at 7 a.m. Okay, now I'm about to say this. I'm about to break into this. Usually when there's too much stuff stacked up against the hangout sesh, you probably should just reschedule. And then if you notice the rescheduling just becoming impossible, you both have kind of just admitted that you don't really want to make time for each other. So like maybe you should just disperse, right? But this is like a situation for failure because look, your car messed up. You got to drive to the Greyhound. Now you got work early in the morning. Like, there's too many ways for this to go wrong. So the plan was take the Greyhound. JC pick me up from the station. Then when it's time to come home, she's going to drop me off at home because I got work in the morning. And I told her this. So I triple checked with her, even in the morning, or triple checked with her because of how early in the morning we would have to leave. However, I should have trusted my intuition because JC seemed to be trying to back out without outright saying it. She mentioned her desire to go clubbing on Saturday night and complained about the early Sunday drop-off, which left me confused since we had just confirmed everything. And mind you, we had planned this for a week or two in advance. I was a bit upset, but agreed to reschedule and luckily was able to get a refund on my bus ticket. Girl, I would just be happy that you didn't already show up over there and then she did that shit. Because that would have pissed me the fuck off. Like, what do you mean? Anyway. So a few weeks later, I finally visit her. Everything seemed fine when I arrived. I even met her new boyfriend, we'll call him Eric, along with her roommate. We had plans to go out that night, but JC suggested we stop by Eric's house first to chill. I was a bit concerned as she let Eric drive her car, and he was driving recklessly, swerving in and out of lanes and going well above the speed limits. Luckily, we ended up making it to our destination all in one piece. Eric's cousin named David was there when we arrived, but he was making me uncomfortable because he was flirting. I was bored as I just only came here to spend time with JC, not her boyfriend and his cousin, who were both rolling up on the couch. So let's just pause for a second. Me personally, I would have been offended because I would feel set up. I feel like the first time she wanted to go out to the club and shit, it was also with these two people. And I feel like it's on some double date setup type shit. And it's like, girl, I came here to hang out with you. I do not care about these boys. Like, ew. Talking about, does Eric have a license? I know what Eric don't got, a vehicle or a care in the fucking world. Like, ew. And then, don't you already have a house? How come our idea of fun has to be sitting in another house? Now we're 2 houses away from my house. Like, what the fuck? The whole driving thing, it just gives like high school to me too. Like the dudes, it's giving high school. Like, no, and for real, the non-communication is wild too. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to, assume too soon. But as of right now, it seems like your homegirl is not willing to hang out with you unless you can come over and turn up with some boys. Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that, friend. I was also uncomfortable because the house was in a sketchy area and was giving trap vibes. There was no furniture except 2 couches and a dining table with chairs. The dining table was doubling as a TV stand. What was the chairs there for then? Oh my God. And when I tell you, I was very much startled when I went to wash my hands after using the bathroom and the sink handle fell off. Damn, this is trap house vibes. You peed in there, girl? That's them particles. I'm trying to tell y'all. Them particles just gonna. You peed over there, girl? Oh my gosh. I guess David heard the handle fall off because he screamed from the other room, "Don't worry about it. That wasn't you." See, I'm a shy peer. Like, that would have just made me want to leave. Like, not you mean to tell me that everybody can just hear me in this bathroom. And no, y'all talk about something. Everybody knows somebody with the TV and the dining room table. And I have seen that before, but what I haven't seen is people actually pull chairs up to that bitch as if they're not like this close to the damn TV. They usually have to sacrifice one or the other. Like, okay, this is just for show. We don't sit here, but we use this to prop the TV up. Like, no, for real. Like, it is giving tile growl. I would have just been mad. I would have just been mad, bruh. I would have just been mad as hell that everybody knew my business, that I was pissing. But yeah, back in the day, I had, like, you remember them little box TVs that were like fat in the back? I had one of those, and I would put it on like a little I don't even know what to call those today. I used to call them like TV dinner tray things. I don't know what to call those, but yeah, I used to prop it up on that table. But I have seen people have like a full dining room table, like that would usually come with a set, and then they put a big ass TV on top of that shit. Right? I've seen that before. Not the brown, the brown rust. Man. After that, he even came in to show me how to use it. Like, show her how to reattach it. Oh, wow. A little later, JC leaves outside because she claims she forgot something in her car. Eric follows her after a few minutes later and said that he and JC are going to the liquor store. So I get left alone with David. I would have been heated. I would have been so fucking heated. Like, friend, if you want to go to the liquor store, either both of the boys need to go and we stay here, or me and you go and they stay here. There is no y'all leaving and leaving me with somebody I just met 2 seconds ago over here smelling my piss in the bathroom. Like, weird as shit. Oh, hell no. So she said this is the first screenshot. So she said, you missed a call. Is this the first screenshot? I think this is it. Make this bigger. I'm guessing this is the missed call and all that jazz. Like, hey, can you please call me back? I tried to call blank because you left your charger. So I guess they left their charger at the thing. Girl, I would have just said straight up, why did you leave me? Like, what? So she's saying as this is a missed call from JC saying, come outside and, get your stuff, I guess. So this is from JC. Okay. The girl. Duh girl. Duh girl is wild. Hey, shout out to Eric's for the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for following me on Twitch, bro. It helps me so much over here. Okay. So, as you can see, JC called me to come outside, but with David, the guy next to me, I was nervous. I decided to stay since David didn't give off any bad vibes and we had pleasant conversation. Girl, I would not have stayed. Like, I wouldn't. Oh my gosh. You live an hour away, right? So, later we all went out to another liquor store. Oh, y'all wildin'. And would then get some food. JC and Eric went inside, leaving David and I in the car. When they returned, they were upset due to an argument with the store clerk. Eric was angry, not just at the clerk's comments about him, but also because JC didn't defend him. And Eric went on to make offensive remarks about a certain race of people. Oh, Oh, wow. I'm not even going to repeat what he said, because this political climate right now, that is so out of pocket. For context, we are all black. I'm not surprised, unfortunately. How I've been seeing a lot of black people talk about the current conflict going on, slamming their Starbucks cups on the table, and I'ma still do it. And it's like, bruh, you look dumb as shit. Like, it doesn't surprise me at all. At all. At all. Hey, bruh, not y'all got this the SpongeBob I'ma head out emote. No, for real. Like, bruh. Anyway, I was quite upset by the situation and confronted Eric for using derogatory terms against the store clerk. He ignored me and continued to use more offensive language. Shortly after that, we decided to go to a restaurant for food. I would have been quiet the whole time. I would have been dead silent. Like, I would have been so sober at that point. Cause it's like, oh, okay. Bet. Like, shortly after that, we decided to go to the restaurant. As we waited, Eric made fun of a plus-size woman inside the building, mocking her, saying she probably about to order a large. During this time, David started flirting again, making me increasingly uncomfortable. Then gave me $15 randomly, saying, "Here, babe, get whatever you want." Ew. Okay, so let me decompress. So Eric is your friend's man. So Eric, the one saying all of the racial remarks, all of the body shaming remarks, all in public on some drunk shit, is Herb Dude. Wow. And that's your friend's man. So it's like, girl, I know you. Like, this is what you like? Wow. So, oh, and David, as I later found out, was in his early to mid 30s, while JC and I were 22 and Eric was 27. Things are starting to make sense now. Things are starting to make sense. Why are their old asses even for one, y'all too old to be acting like this. You know better. You've been drinking too long for y'all to be handling your liquor like this. And I'm talking about the men involved, mind you. Your friend is acting like a fucking 18-year-old. Like, this just isn't safe. And then I don't know where y'all are at, but you know, in certain areas like in the South and shit like that, you can't be heckling in public whether you're drunk or not. You will get clapped up, slapped up. Like, you really don't want to be, you know, man, look. No, I'm not gonna lie. I thought y'all were like 19 in this bit too, in this story. But hey. So it's almost midnight, and we drive David and Eric back home before heading to a hookah lounge to meet JC's friends. At this point, take me home. I'm done with you for the night. Like, girl, you could even drop me off at the Greyhound station at this point. I don't even care. Like, I would just been irritated. Let me know if I'm being dramaed out. But you've already done like 2 major red flags already. Not you, but the friend. I just would not feel safe getting even more inebriated. Like, no, for real. You old as shit. You don't got no car? I forgot about this. You don't got no car, David? Damn. So, I'm a bit irritated by the $20 entry fee. Oh, that's another reason for me not to go. Especially since there's no alcohol, food, or lounge furniture, just hookah. I've been to a place like that. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Just straight shisha. So I sit there not knowing JC's friends well and feeling out of place in a large group of strangers. I smile, greet them, introduce myself, but I mainly just stay quiet and chill while vibing to the music. Later, JC mentions she's going to the bathroom, and the other girls just start disappearing from our area. Someone asked me if I know where JC and the others went. So we search for them and find them playing miniature bowling. And eventually we end up back at David and Eric's house just sitting there until JC and Eric have had enough cuddle time or whatever they were going on in that back room. Despite the upsetting events, I tried to brush them off, hoping for a better day ahead. Man, look, I don't know if maybe I'm just like too harsh or what, but y'all see how I be talking about my family. So, I mean, y'all can be the judge if y'all think I'm being too harsh, but it's like this right here really would have been it for me. I would have just been like, we are just not on the same type of time. We are just not on the same type of time. And now this is strike 3 of girl code getting broken in the same night. Now we're out in public. You're on like this. You're drunker than the rest of them, right? And they left you again. Like, damn. And hey, shout out to anybody that just got in the chat. This is still the first story. First story. So, day 2, JC planned for us to go grocery shopping and return to David and Eric's place. I'll be like, girl, do you ever enjoy the apartment that you pay rent on? Why are we always over at the man's house? Like, it probably smell like boy in there and shit. Like, why do you want to be over there? Toilet all broke. And I'm sure there probably ain't no toilet paper on the toilet paper holder. Toilet bowl probably yellow. Like, why would you want to be over there? I struggled to express to her my reluctance to visit that location without just like outright saying no. Our brunch plans were scrapped because her other friends couldn't join. We're on like what, strike 4 or 5. So now because everybody else can't come, it's canceled. Bitch, I'm here from out of town. Even though me living where I live, an hour is not like a big fucking deal, but I can acknowledge that I live in and y'all can fucking argue because somebody always likes to do it, and I bring up this statistic. I live in the biggest city in the United States geographically, okay? It would take me 4 hours to drive from the north side, east side, west side, back to south side. Like, it's huge, right? So to me, that's nothing, but I can acknowledge it's an hour from, it's too, like, bro, I get it. It's a long drive for some people. It's a long drive for some people. long story short, it's a long drive. I get it. So if I'm over here taking a trip to see you and what? You need other people to enjoy my company? I'm just confused on why we couldn't dine together, considering they weren't my friends. I felt a bit irritated as JC, who had invited me, appeared more interested in spending time with her boyfriend than planning activities for our visit. On the way to Eric's, JC mentioned my connection to someone in TRIBETEA, the lady that she moved to. And, hold on, I lost my place. Okay, which I had casually mentioned before my visit. I wondered if this was her way of creating some space for herself and her boyfriend, but she kindly offered to give me a ride to and from her place, so I accepted. The person I knew in TRIBETEA was my former coworker. We're going to call them Alex, and we had plans to meet up later that night after he finished work. So warning, we're about to get into some harassment talk, okay? All right. Oops, so somebody did. I told y'all somebody did it in the Twitch chat. Bruh, y'all can look it up. Look it up, right? Look it up on your phone. It's not only the biggest city in Florida, it is the biggest city geographically in the United States. Go and look it up. Go and look it up, bruh. Go and look it up. That's why it's not fair when we be getting called the murder capital, because it's like, bro, we have like the whole Northeast Florida is like blocked off, like with Jacksonville. It's insane. It's insane. Don't go there, y'all. You'll get lost. You'll get lost now. I had somebody, what was the other place? It was somewhere in Texas that someone was like, no, that's the biggest spot. Texas is the biggest state. I'm talking about the biggest city geographically. There's another city. I think it's Texas. I'm sorry. I'm rambling a lot today. Let me know if y'all know. But yeah. They're going to Eric's house for some reason. Again. Why are y'all at these men's house? Shout out to Pretty Oppish. I love your name. Thank you so much for the subscription, Brad. I appreciate you so much, for real. Thank you so much. But yeah, they about to go back to Eric's house. Eric and JC, I don't know why. I know her friends in the city must be so tired of her, because it's like, damn, you always at that man's house. And yes, St. Louis is the murder capital. That shit's scary out there. So we arrive at Eric's house when JC and Eric are cozy together, and I'm feeling a bit out of place. This is the inevitable. I knew this was going to happen, and that's why I low-key feel like it was a setup, because why are you constantly bringing me somewhere that you know there is going to be an odd man out? Why are you having me like essentially wingman when you already have this person as a partner? Like, this is awkward. I'm in town. You cannot go to their house for 3 days, bro. Like, come on. How about this? I already went with you one day. We got to go again? Oh, my gosh. So I'm a bit bored and feeling out of place, so I suggest going out since the weather is nice, and we decided on a trip downtown. However, our plans hit a snag when JC's car battery dies, leaving us stranded. Damn. Fortunately, Eric calls his friend, Carl, I guess, to come and jumpstart JC's car. While we wait for Carl, we end up watching Twilight, and JC and Eric are all snuggled up, and I'm lounging on the couch. Hold on, let me reread this. However, our plans hit a snag when JC's car battery dies, leaving us stranded inside. Okay, I thought y'all already went downtown and the car battery died. Like, that's what I thought happened. Shout out to all the first time chatters. You tell myself, not St. Louis, the murder capital. I just got there. Look, they have nice tourist areas. They have tons of culture and stuff. But yeah, it's dangerous out there. So she's not stranded downtown. they got stranded at the house. So now JC, who was supposed to be driving our homegirl home in the morning, right? Her car battery fucked up, and now they're just sitting at the house. Eric and JC are acting like everything's cool because they're not an hour away from their home, and they over here snuggled up on the couch, and our homegirl is on the other. So Carl arrives, but due to the rain outside, he could not jumpstart the car immediately, so he joins us inside. Upon entering, Carl immediately asks which one is yours, referring to Eric. In my mind, I'm like, obviously the one he's cuddled up with, which is the exact answer Eric gives. But see, that's that shit. And I know you probably know this now, but that's that shit where it's like, bro, she set you up for real. She set you up for real, bruh. Cause like this whole scenario of like your bestie cuddling up with her man and you being a third is something that happens like way along the line when you and her man have already established y'all own cordial friendship relationship, right? Where it's like, hey, do you want to meet my boyfriend? Cool. You know, this is not something that happens day 3 of me knowing of your existence, because then stuff like that happens. What? That's when Carl looks at me and says, that means that this one is mine, and proceeds to grab my hand and kiss it. He creepily asks me how old I am and then proceeds to tell me that he's 30. Not gonna lie, in that moment, I felt very unsafe and scared. I begin to try and move my feet so Carl can have a place to sit, but he quickly sits on my feet. So I try to remove my feet from under him. Like, his ass is on my feet, bruh. And then he grabs them with his hand and asks if I want a foot massage. And I said no. So I'm trying to pull my feet from him, but he's steady trying to pull. So are y'all like tussling right now with your feet? Oh, hell no. Y'all just like going back and forth? Okay. Okay. So he's asking me if I'm mixed because I'm black and have a certain hair texture. His words, not mine. He then begins rubbing on me and stuff. And at this point, I am just scared stiff, and nobody is saying or doing anything to come to my rescue. Like, nothing like this ever happened to me before. So I'm really shook. Oh my God, bruh. I was so scared I couldn't even bring myself to move. I know this sounds silly, but I was like genuinely terrified. So now I'm texting my friend. Mind you, we're in the same room. Bruh, when I tell you, anybody watching, bro, you have to make people feel so uncomfortable that they fear for their legal safety, bro. So if you start spazzing, the first thing that Eric is going to think, your friend might not think it because she's a woman. The first thing Eric is going to think is like, oh no, this bitch going to start screaming rape or something. Like, she's about to start. Bruh, that's the bitch you need to be. You need to let them know, like, I'm a liability. I'm telling, bitch. Like, no. What the fuck? That girl is not no friend. The fact that you had to text her, y'all in the same room. Man, look. And this is a am I in the wrong? Wow. I also began to text Alex to see if maybe he could pick me up. Because at this point, it was now, I wasn't sure if I was ever getting home and if the rain was going to stop. And I just did not want to be there anymore. So she said, see the 3 attachments scribbled in purple. I can't tell, friend, because these aren't color coordinated very well. I'm confused. Scribbled in purple? They're all scribbled in, like green and shit. Here, I'm gonna just read what I can understand. Let me see. Well, I didn't get nothing. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I'm over here just trying to make sure everything's good. Because they gave me directions. They were like, yeah, just, oop, and this one, you got people names on here too. Yeah, hold on. Y'all gotta make sure y'all gotta make sure things are censored properly, or else I can't show them. Cause I'm not trying to dox nobody, girl. But this is just what I'm seeing right now is really concerning. Like, here, like, look, this is when she's texting, I think, when she's texting the girl. She's like, it's okay. I thought he was going to stop. He just kept doing it. I didn't see he called me when I looked, and it just started to worry me. Talking about, I hope he stopped. Girl, you're the whole reason why we even know him. Yeah, this is an L friend. Sorry I can't use all your receipts, but I'm not trying to get, not trying to get in trouble. So, she says somebody texted her and told her to meet them in the bathroom. And, okay, I'm just making sure I don't have it. Okay. So, yeah, somebody texted her and said, meet her in the bathroom. I messaged JC and she asked me to meet her in the bathroom. I was worried that dude that was playing footsie was worried that he might follow me. So I hurried inside. Shout out to Pretty Oppish, okay, using them bits. They said, girl, my man's family talking about can't wait to meet the little guy. Like, they didn't ask him if he was his. Oh, I promised them as soon as I drop this baby, it's up. I ain't forget. Fuck your dinner. I know that's right. That is so fucking disrespectful, bruh. That is so fucking disrespectful, especially if you've done nothing to them to, like. And then, I mean, it's just y'all two in a relationship. Like, how do y'all know that? Yeah, that's baby ain't even come out yet. They tripping. I don't blame you. Thank you so much. That's crazy. But so her homegirl was like, let's go to the bathroom. She was like, cool. I hurried inside. JC apologized, explaining that she didn't know this was going to happen. I knew it wasn't her fault, but given what occurred and other factors, it was tough not to feel anger towards her. To prevent myself getting upset, I distanced myself, needing time and space. She attempted to talk to me, but I just couldn't. Fortunately, we were only in the bathroom for about 5 to 10 minutes before Carl and Eric went outside because the rain had stopped. JC and I returned to the living room, but when we heard him returning, JC encouraged me to quickly retreat back into the bathroom. Oh my God. Man. They make it inside before I reach the bathroom, but I hurry towards it and Carl follows me. I walk faster and just launch myself into the bathroom, holding the door shut because the lock is broken. The handle starts twisting and it turns out to be JC. Okay. She saw Carl head into the bathroom and rush me. We hear Carl and Eric talking, with Carl mentioning he's leaving because we're acting strange. I end up sitting alone outside in JC's car for the next 2 hours until Alex is off work and can pick me up. Wow. So, for one, Eric is a misogynistic piece of shit that does not care about any woman that he's not fucking. We've seen that with his racial remarks, his fatphobic remarks. And now you're pretty much selling. You think that her box is worth jump starting your girlfriend's car. So you gonna pimp out your girlfriend's best friend so that you could jump start your girlfriend's car? What? Before Alex picked me up, JC asked for my location and arrival update. I had an Android and she had an iPhone, so I sent my location via Messenger, which only lasts an hour. She called me while I was in the elevator on my way up to Alex's unit. I intended to call her back once I got inside, but forgot. This was a mistake because when I checked my phone again, JC had sent multiple messages and even friend requested Alex on Facebook to inquire about my whereabouts. Bitch, cut the motherfucking cap. Don't try to act like you give a fuck about somebody now. Don't try to act like you give a fuck about somebody's whereabouts now. What? Phony as shit. Phony as shit. Talking about something, oh, I needed to know you were okay. You was not caring if I was okay. The first night you brought me over to Eric and David's and had David all up over me. You did not ask if I was okay when we're at the hookah lounge and you just like dispersed on me. You didn't ask if I was okay when you, instead of us going to brunch, we're going back to Eric's house because your other homegirls don't want to do brunch because they don't fucking know me, which is reasonable. You don't care about my safety when you got Carl in the house and your man is never being a man and sticking up for anybody. Like this whole time being fake as fuck, talking about you scared. What? JC and Eric ended up picking me up. Oh, now you said see the stuff scribbled in green. Do we have anything scribbled? I feel like you sent me everything that you didn't want shown. Because I have nothing scribbled in green. I have somebody telling you happy birthday on Facebook. Tell me I hope you had a good day. And you just being like, girl, I'm paying it. I'm not talking to you. Man. She said, there is a guy who, I'm reading this text right now, but she put his name in it, so I'm just paraphrase. But basically, she's over here talking about the dude that jumped out of the car and like how he was creepy and all this stuff. And she's talking about, oh, well, my boyfriend's going to talk to him and tell him to leave you alone. And she said, oh, okay, thank you. And this bitch going to respond, yeah, we didn't know that was going on. That's a motherfucking lie. You saw the whole bathroom incident. Talking about you didn't know this was going on. Okay. So, JC and Eric picked me up from Alex's house. I might have stayed over to give myself more space, but Alex had to leave town for a family reunion. JC asked why I didn't answer the phone, and I apologized, admitting I forgot. She told me she had a panic attack, worrying about me. We went back to her place briefly, and when I asked if she was returning to Eric, she said maybe and left with him. Girl, this is wild. We were supposed to have breakfast, but I just wanted to go home. I didn't hear from JC until her recent birthday when I tried to reconnect, but she left me on red. Oh, so that was your post where you said happy birthday to her. That's crazy. Damn. She later wished me a happy birthday, and it confused me, so I didn't respond. Later, I messaged her about our friendship, but she didn't reply or even read it. She deleted her Facebook picture and went silent. A friend advised me not to keep trying, so I unfriended her and deleted her number. I haven't heard from her since her birthday post, and I'm unsure what went wrong or if I overreacted. Did I upset her somehow? I'm not sure. Was I in the wrong? Well, honestly, what I think happened is this girl just got way too in deep in her relationship and completely lost herself. I wouldn't be surprised if that man said to her that he doesn't like you and that's that. I wouldn't be surprised if he is cheating on her and the fact that you're not overly promiscuous cramps his style and kills the vibe. Like, dudes like him who are 30 plus and still try to act like they're 20, 21, it's all the same shtick. I know that a lot of people want to comfort JC's neck because she's boy crazy and she puts her friends in danger, and that is valid. However, I have to say what's on my spirit of I don't think that JC did it in a malicious way. I feel like she didn't have a choice because she did essentially choose that man over you, because even if she wanted to stay in the relationship and be friends with you, yeah, it would have been fictitious, but not impossible, right? Unless he laid a boundary like, I don't want her. I don't want her around, you know? Like, bruh, I think he's controlling and he's the one that called the shots and she's following him off a damn cliff like a dummy. Like a whole dummy. What do y'all think? Anaya said, right, because this whole time you've been playing me. JC fake as hell. Girl, I would have got that bus ticket. Who are you telling? I would have got that bus ticket ASAP. I would have always had the bus ticket. Like, before I even went there, I would have never depended 100% on this girl. Like, bruh. And I want to know if you're watching this, like, I know that this is in the past and everything. Has she always been boy crazy? Is this like her first relationship? Obviously, she's responsible because she has her own apartment. But it's like, you are so boy crazy that you are paying rent for a place you do not live in or frequent, right? You are literally wasting money, wasting time, and then all of your friends not wanting to fuck with you has nothing to do with the person that sent in the story. I'm talking about JC's friend group. That lets me know, because what friend group wouldn't want to be like, oh shit, there's new fish in town. She's your hometown friend. Like, yes, let's talk. Let's kiki. I guarantee you that hookah lounge shit, that whole time she was talking about Eric, and they were like, oh, okay. And you said you were being quiet. So they're probably like, damn, she's probably team Eric. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I've just seen this too many times. And these older dudes that try to date girls in their 20s, it's the same shtick every time. Every time. If I were you, because it wasn't like a gnarly, nasty breakup of a friendship, I wouldn't beat yourself up too bad about it, you know? And that friend that told you to block them, like, they know you more than we know you. So, like, definitely do what you got to do. But anybody out there, if you find yourself in that situation, I would just love from afar. I wouldn't completely block. Because I don't know why. I just have an inkling that she's in an abusive relationship. It just sounds like some love bomby, struggle love shit. Like, y'all rolling around on the trap house couch, yellow toilet. Like, this isn't good. Because in the same breath, I know that you know you're better than that, right? So that's why you want to love from a distance. I mean, no, seriously, I agree with Anaya. I think she's going to hit you up in a few years when she's matured, or God forbid this dude knocks her up and leaves, like some bullshit, right? Or he moves on to the next 20-something. Damn, that's crazy. You said you had a friend like this in high school and her mom moved her ass to Utah. Damn. That's crazy. Nah, I that is crazy. Let me know what y'all think about that. Give some advice in the comments for anybody that may be going through the same thing, okay? All right, let's get into this second story. This one is a little shorter. There's pictures. Look at this baby. She is so cute. Oh, is this y'all baby? Is this y'all baby? Y'all look young. This y'all baby? That baby looks like 6 years old, 7 years old. That's y'all baby? She is so cute with her little birthday crown. Okay, let's get into it. Man, not there's babies involved. What did you do? Man, okay. Karma hit my ass 3 times in a loop. Hey, I am going through it. Capital parentheses, exclamation points. I'm going to use my real story. I'm going to use my real name because it's kind of common. Well, usually we do not speak in third person, so I don't think your name's going to come up. But I've always liked your name. It's a very cute 90s name. I have been in a 6-year confused relationship. I met my kid's father when I was 20. We will get a backstory on that. I was a teen mom. That's why you look so young. When I had my daughter. So all my friends naturally disappeared. Damn. They were career focused and I wanted my family. So I met this girl on Instagram. Girl, I feel like the opposites happen for me. I feel like everyone around me has kids and I'm the only one like that's like, no, I want to follow my little dreams real quick. Like, I feel like I'm the opposite. Where do you stay at? Damn. Really, I've said this before. I feel like we just need something for like all women. Because I don't mind being around kids. Like, if you got a baby, I'm going to still fuck with you. So we need something with like women like me who don't mind if you have a child. I don't think you going to cramp my style or none of that. Like, bitch, you could teach me shit. You've gone through things I haven't gone through yet. You know, like we need a group. We need a group. We need a group. 20 somethings searching for gal pals. Okay, gal pals and gal adjacents. Okay, so she met a girl on Instagram and started hanging out with her, but she here we go, just like the last story. She constantly put me in weird situations, and I would just go along with it because I wanted a friend. And usually I was the voice of reason for her. You already somebody mama. This is selfish of this girl doing this to you. So I went to my friend's house because she just got a roommate, and that roommate was mentally unstable. Oh my God. She was sweet but evil at the same time, and they both were dancers, if you get what I mean. To avoid confusion, I'm going to name my friend Andrea and my roommate Zoe. So Zoe and Andrea wanted me to dance too. So they gave me an outfit to try on, and Zoe man just barges in knowing that I'm in lingerie with his blicky out. And no, I'm talking about like like an actual blicky. What? Her man barges in knowing that I'm in lingerie with his blicky out, basically telling us to lock the doors. And that we're tripping because he could have been a bad guy and could have hurt us. What? She said, let's call Zoe's man my baby daddy. So you smashed Zoe's man and had the baby? What? Me and him talked that night about our lives, and he's clearly flirting. I'm autistic, though, so I don't know if he was flirting for real. This makes me even more scared for you. This man is about to take advantage of you. And then your friends are about to really think that you was on some demon time when you probably just don't know that this is like, you really shouldn't be smashing your homegirl's dude or pimp or any of that. Like, oh, Lord. He told me his family owns a Filipino restaurant, and I looked shocked because in my state, we don't have many Blasians, and I thought it was cool, and that was the end of the convo with him. Fast forward, Zoe is flipping her shit, and she's mad my baby dad won't buy her a pizza. Okay, pause. So, pause. You already had a kid, right? Because you were a teen parent, and then you went on Instagram, and that's where you met these girls. Okay. So you should have named him baby daddy. That was a little confusing. Because that's not your baby daddy. She's mad my BD won't buy her a pizza and go check on her taillight. Isn't that her man, though? That's her dude. Andrea told her she's not getting the pizza, too. So Zoe put all her wigs in the toilet? Y'all are tripping. Andrea called me up and told me to flirt with my BD, and I did. And I actually liked him a lot. He had no red flags to me. Maybe the fact that he's pimping and pandering, friend. I'm not going to do too much because you told me you autistic, so maybe you didn't see. But I know autistic people recognize patterns and shit. This dude, there's a few red flags. For one, you pimping. For two, you pimping somebody you're supposedly in a relationship with. For three, you flirting with her friend. How is that no red flags? So, plot twist. She did get pregnant by him. So she has 2 kids. She said lockdown happens and I get pregnant by him. So this is her baby dad. She just kind of jumped the gun naming him that. Talking about he had no red flags. He has a nice ass Cadillac Escalade with a tint. And I felt like a video vixen. He got my nails done the first date. He was kissing me, making me feel beautiful. Girl, what is the other girl doing this whole time? Then lockdown happened. I get pregnant and he's still acting lovey-dovey. But now I'm seeing stuff. So I'm a tomboy and he wants me in skin tight clothes. So here's another strike. He's trying to change you. He wants me to act like his ex. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. And I just realized the bit you beefing with is the same girl that put wigs in the toilet. Like, you're tripping. He wants you to act like his ex. Not Zoe, but his actual ex. Girl, that's another red flag. How do we have these tier levels of exes? Either you was with that bitch or you weren't. What is going on? He brings this particular ex up constantly. I'm getting annoyed now. I'm bringing up his favorite rappers and stuff that are still talking to themselves in my DM. So basically she's saying there are other people that hit her up and shit, and he's over here worrying about the last bitch. Then, like a fucking switch, he changed up. I had a nightmare that he cheated. I tell him this, and this dude had the audacity to say, well, we're not even together. Girl, you're pregnant. Oh my God. I ask him, why am I pregnant then? Why are we basically living together? And he just tells me straight up, well, he is cheating. My heart is so broken, and he apologizes and tells me now that it's been said, we can be together. This dude is sick. He said he doesn't want me to leave, and he's been playing the role of my daughter's father, and he is all that she knows. Ladies, do not let these men that you haven't even been talking to for a lick of time impregnate you or be around your children, especially if they're girls, especially if it's a daughter. And then, ladies, if you're going to do S work and stuff like that, do not smash your pimp. I don't condone pimping and stuff. I feel like women can, run their own shit, really. Like, I really don't think you need a man to do that. Like, I really don't. However, it shows a lack of self-control and self-respect. Because you're supposed to be the manager. You're supposed to be the enforcer to help other men not abuse me and take advantage of me. You're supposed to be the masculine figure in this game we're playing, right? And instead, you have zero self-control. You over here raw dogging the hoes. And that's another thing. That type of environment is just not it for a kid. Like, these type of men, you do not want them to know your weak spot, your children. Like, whew, this is crazy. So let's speed the story along. Now it's 2022. He's acting funny again. And I start texting this dude flirting because I feel ugly and I'm postpartum and not getting the attention that I want. My BD is just stringing me along at this point. So I talked to this guy named Sax from October to December. Sax is a pilot. He's in his mid-30s. Found out he ain't shit and has a whole girlfriend. But honestly, I'm not shit either. Girl, we know, because you just down to be with other people, man, and cheat with them. And, man, this is a lot, friend. I know that this is old because it was 2022, but I really hope that you focusing on you and the girls at this point, because this ain't it. So fast forward to 2023. I move away from my BD, but I still love him and want him. And he tells me constantly, maybe in the future we'll be together, but he's just not happy. He comes over to drop off the kids and is being weird. He asks me, could I be with a guy that is into feet? I say no because I hate feet. And I ask if that was he's into. He says no, then asks me some more fetish questions. I say, why is he asking these questions? And he says, because I'm going to move on one day. And he wants to know. I tell him, what the fuck is this light-skinned nigga talking about? Like, what the fuck? I'm getting irritated looking at him. What is he talking about? For one, you just had a whole child with me. You don't think you would know if I was into you liking my feet and all that shit? Like, how long were y'all talking, realistically? Y'all, I'm about to scream. He starts crying that he fucked up and got someone pregnant. How did we go from talking about feet to I fucked up, I got somebody else pregnant? So I'm crying. My kids walk in, so I run to the bathroom, and he tells me he's always attracted to me. It was a mistake, and he's excited right now looking at me like, ew. He loves that I bossed up and got a house, and we end up hooking up. What? Because I'm a primal Pisces that wants to mark territory. Girl, that soil is soiled. Okay? This is not a territory. In my Jessica Lange voice, there won't even be a house. Like, there is no territory. This man belongs to the streets. He might as well be a dead-end street. You know how they're like, what sign is he? You say you a Pisces, and they're like, what sign? Stop sign? Dead-end sign is what he is. You just gave him a free piece of coochie for this? Are you kidding me? He got somebody else pregnant. He is for sure smashing someone raw. And you gave him some coochie. All the Pisces in here, take this L. All y'all taking it. Crazy. Crazy. It's now October, and I'm celebrating my sister, and I bump into Sax, the pilot, remember? The connections are still there, mostly because he looks just like my BD, and I hooked up with Buddy, and now I'm pregnant again. Oh my God. I'm so mad at myself because I still love the original BD. Oh, I still love the child's father, the pilot. But I don't want to abort a child just because I'm stupid. I mean, both of them look alike, so who's gonna know the difference? I'm a shitty person, but I don't want to mess up my kid's life because I decided to be a drunk whore. I really didn't know what to do. This is just karma to us all. I added some pictures and put a face to the characters. The first pic is the BD. I figure he looked like a Crip. And that's you. Ooh, who do you look like? There's an actress that looks like you. You look like Kat from Euphoria. Thank you so much, friend, for the follow. I appreciate you. What is it, Genevieve? Genevieve? I tried. Thank you. This is Pilot. You look like a mixture of Kim Johansson and the girl from Euphoria. Like, very cute. Here's the second baby daddy. Girl, they do not look alike. They're just both light skinned. They do not look alike. So your best bet is this. Your best bet is, now that everything has caught up to you, start with a whole new slate and be honest, right? That's what I would do. I would not try to be messy and let that man who's already shown you he don't want to be with you, who already has a tribe of children, okay? I would, even Spody over here, like, I would not lie to him and say that that is his child. God forbid you end up with a boy. Oh, fuck no. If I were you, I would talk to the pilot, see if he even wants to have a child, because I feel like these conversations aren't being had. At this point, if I was you, I'll go get them tubes tied, because you can keep a man without having a baby with them, friend. I promise you. You do not have to have a baby with them to keep them. Number 2, sometimes men are like a season. right? And I don't have kids, but my mom was a teen parent, and there were times where I wish she would have slowed the fuck down and been like, okay, let me look at these kids and not try to get this ball playing nigga, this actor nigga, this, like, okay, can you please just like chill and stop reaching for the stars and come back to earth with the kids for a bit? So I guess I could just, I could just empathize for them. But the only thing I would tell you to do is to just like stop all the lies at this point, and just move forward. He can't be mad at you that you having a baby with somebody else. He's currently having a baby with somebody else. And I have a feeling that you trying to lie to him so that you can one up his current baby mama, when it's like, he is not a prize. He's not a prize. He is not a prize at all. At all. You said, how old is the first baby? The first baby's around like 6 to 8 years old. And then the second baby, like newborn as fuck, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years old. And now she's pregnant again. So yeah, bruh, I would just keep it a buck. Don't do the pilot how your baby daddy did you, where it's like, even though you were a teen parent, I still feel like you had a chance. You were still young. You could still do something. And I know you said you wanted to start a family and you're not career oriented, but you still had enough time to be actively courted, figure out what you like, what you don't like, who you don't like. You kind of just was like, well, the only way I got to keep them around forever, so let's just have a baby. Like, nah, bruh. I feel like as long as you're honest from this point on, get some BC, right? Get you either some birth control or monitor your cycle and stuff, like, because, bruh, there's no way. Now that I'm older, I get it. It's really, really hard to have a oopsie. There are people who try for months to purposely get pregnant. Like, you need to know when you're ovulating. You need to get a little bit more on top of that, because there's no reason why you can't be sexually liberated without popping out with a kid all the fucking time. Like, that's just not responsible. And I know that you said, like, you're beating yourself up and shit. And, like, kudos to you for taking responsibility. But, again, life goes on. Like, you just got to be there for your kids, bruh. And it seems like baby daddy number 1 ain't here. Baby daddy number 2, busy making a village. And baby daddy number 3, this is probably like his first kid out of pilot school and all this shit. And now he's wrapped up in this drama. Your best bet is to be honest going out. That's what I think. That man don't deserve that. Leave some advice below, please and thank you. All right, let's get into this next one. It is called 14. I might save this one for tomorrow because it is a little bit long and I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. Let's do the soap denier X, and then I'll read the 14-year friendship one on the second half. Well, if you're on Twitch tomorrow, but only because it's a little lengthy. All right. The soap denier X. It's like, I've always been one of them girls, like, even when I was in high school, and I can remember myself doing this in middle school too. I was always able to see past, not on no creepy shit. Like, how older aunties and shit be like, ooh, she gonna be pretty when he gonna be fine when he grow up. Not on no creepy shit. I was a minor as well at the time, but I had a good eye for being like, oh, you just can't dress, but you're very cute. Or like, oh, you just haven't figured out how to do your hair yet, but like, you have a nice face. Like, you get what I'm saying? So some people I would see, like, they'll be having the boys will be having their little hygiene issues. And I'd be like, damn, that's such a fucking shame, because like, you would really, you would do, even I seen this conversation now where they're talking about how come they don't make men 90s fine anymore. Like, not even just black men, like white men too, like George Clooney, and like, we just don't have that anymore, right? And the real reason, it's not that we don't have it, it's just everybody popping perks, face sunk in, little dirt, hair greasy, like that's oh my gosh, everybody's scared to go bald. They doing Turkish hair transplant. Like, we can't get 90s fine again. But with that being said, like, I get it. Some people, they just need a good little scrub a dub, but others, I don't know. So, oh my gosh, I love your name. If it's pronounced how I think in my head, like, that is so pretty. They said, hey, if you read this, please do not say it because it's very unique. I know, like, I've never, it's like I don't know, it's like mystical. It's really cute. So I've been watching your videos since I was a sophomore in high school, and now I am 23 years old. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being such a good and solid adopted big sis. You are so welcome, bruh. Anytime. So this email is about the guy I dated just before and during COVID. You were locked in a room with Mr. Funky Butt? Oh my God. For 8 months? This is the grossest man I have ever met and let smash. For 8 months, I let him smash. Why? What about it was like 8 months? Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to call the guy Pig. That's wild. Since that is what he called me. He called you Pig looking like that? Messing up your pH, right? Somebody said messing up your pH balance. Someone in the chat said this sounds like my ex. He would be playing video games in a closed room all day, and I would come in the room would smell like armpit. Ew. Need to open a window. I'm sorry, Spody. I'm over here gagging. She's like, bitch, can you stop? I'm sorry. Ew. Not he calling you Pig. Even in the please come back love letters he sent me after we broke up. And, you know, I deserve the revenge. So I met Pig in college when I was drunk and heartbroken after my first love dumped me while we were on vacation together. And, oh boy, I needed a distraction. I was a baby sophomore, 19, a Cancer Gemini cusp. Shout out to all the cusps out there, okay? The gems, Cancer babies. He was an older senior, so I'm 19 and he was 23 going on 24. We started dating during Halloween when he left me a note that read, "You are so sexy and spooky, XOXO, your secret admirer." I initially just loved that he had a single room and I can get away from my rich, mean girl roommate. Then I just got attached to him. So I would spend the night pretty often, and his dorm had a nicer bathroom too. So I showered there a lot. Okay, so my question is, when you got there, was it already like gnarly? Like, did it have a smell? Or like, even if it wasn't completely offensive, because I know you don't know him, so you would have dipped if it was like completely horrible. But did it have like a little tinge, like what you said, armpit? Did it have like a little, or did he just move in? Like, did the semester just start type shit? And everything is like ground one clean, right? So you can't really see his habits yet. I want to know. And then you using the shower? That's bold. That's bold. That is very bold. When I tell you, when I used to live with my brother, I couldn't even use that shower, bruh. Like, we had 2 showers. Me and my mom used to like, bruh, this shit. Look. She said, Naja, when I tell you, when I was showering there, I started noticing that he didn't leave any products in the bathroom besides his toothbrush and toothpaste. No. So you're literally just letting the water run on you. So what did you bathe over there with? Like, when you went over there, what would you do? Because if he didn't have, You was rubbing toothpaste on yourself? I was like, maybe he's a little anxious about people stealing his stuff. I didn't think much of it until Pig sees me bring soap, shampoo, and conditioner over. Right, because at this point, you be showering over there. He gets all weird and tells me shampoo and soap, y'all about to die. Y'all are about to leave this earth. Are y'all ready? He said, y'all ready? Okay. He said soap, shampoo and soap are capitalist inventions to make us spend money we don't have to. Would you like to explain, Mr. Pig, how other nations, non-capitalist nations, acquire soap and shampoo? I will agree that there are vegan, natural, alternative ways to make soap and stuff at home. You could do the same with toothpaste. Does not mean, yeah, he definitely, you said when he separate them cheeks, it sound like a Velcro. Oh my God. Damn. Jesus. So just the fumes is getting to his head. He not even thinking right. Talking about some capitalist invention. Like, boy, if you don't get in that bath, we're saying all these excuses except washing that ass. Tripping. Wow. So then I asked him, I'm like, okay, well then how do you be washing yourself? And then, girl, I'm sorry, TMI, how did you not know that man didn't shower? Like, do y'all not do no fellatio or nothing? Like, you didn't know he didn't shower, girl? Like, I don't know about, let me not. I was about to say, I don't know about y'all, but he says all he uses is hot water. Ew, y'all said his peen was cheesy. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all make He says hot water. Yeah, you can train your hair and body to clean itself. You just have to commit. My hair was a greasy mess for a few months. Now it's fine. Sometimes I use lemon juice. Pig, where did you get that lemon from? Do you grow lemons in your garden? In your community garden, Mr. Anti-Capitalist? Do you? No shade. Capitalism sucks. But I'm just saying. Where'd you get that lemon from, Pig? Man, I know this man was stank. I'm sorry. I know he was. He was probably smelling like wet dog and lime. I don't even want to. Oh my God, man. That's what I'm saying. You buy a toothpaste though, like talking about capitalist invention. Boy, you just want to be hot. So I'm a bit of a live and let live girly, so I didn't press him too much. Girl, I would have made some shit up. I would have been like, in my culture, I would have made some shit up. In my culture, actually, I would have got that. I actually do got some. I would have got him some African black soap. I would have been like, look, like, there's no scent. It's organic. It's from my culture. Like, I'm going to leave this over here. I want you to use it. It's pure soap. Like, bruh, ask where I got it from. An auntie at the kiosk. I guarantee you it was made in her kitchen and the feds don't know about it. Like, here you go, buddy. Because this don't make no sense. Like, what? Oh, my God. So I didn't impress him. He was older and cooler. And he didn't look or smell grody. Except, I knew it because I was about to say, girl, let's keep it a buck. Or any of my people out there that are attracted to men, or you are attracted to, male stuff going on, and you know, do stuff with people with these organs, right? You know that if you don't wash your balls, like to the point where, you know, that song "Let Me Smell Yo" whatever, like it's funny because it's like that's how back in the 90s and shit people used to catch they man cheating, because you really can't tell where somebody been at. I could tell if you was really playing basketball with the boys. I could tell if you was really playing soccer or something, some grass. Like, bruh, this is just crazy. It's secure behavior, mind you, but I'm just saying, if you don't wash your balls, there ain't no way. And yes, that African black soap will get a motherfucker right. It really will, y'all. That helped me so much with my stretch marks when I lost weight. Like, yes. He said the male genitals are self-cleaning. You do not have a vagina, sir. You don't. All your stuff's on the outside. You need to clean it. Oh my gosh. Talking about his D and B were very rank. Yep. I knew it. I already knew it was going to be rank. Because what do you mean? Jesus. Man. He was really nature oriented, like complaining about how far we strayed from our roots as outdoor people. Is he white? This some white people shit. He white? You and Pig. Let me see. This man. Not the bayang. The bayang. Oh, 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 oh. He got a bayang. Yeah, you are like so cute, by the way. You are like so adorable. Oh, look at your cats. I used to have a cat like that same breed. Orange cats are funny. They're fun. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he looks a mess. He looks like a woman named Susan. Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend who looked like a girl. That's what he looked like. I'm sorry. Except he's not clean. He looks like he has feminine qualities about him, but he's not a clean dude. Which is disappointing. Because I do like his little aesthetic. It's just he stank. Oh my gosh. He talking about people didn't use soap hundreds of years ago and it's just fine. So why should we? For one, you're right. People did have to be introduced by I want to say it was the Chinese that introduced bathing. However, that's concerning. You know, it's giving Vikings. Like, you need to let that go. Like, now we're in a time period where we have science. It shows that your skin cells do replace each other, but you look dirty. Like, even in that picture, he looked dirty. Like, his skin looks dirty. Like, what the fuck? Talking about it's giving bubonic plague. Like, bruh. So, regardless, I'm 19 at the time and obsessed with doing whatever will make Pig happy. So, oh no, y'all. So when hooking up started hurting, like my vag is burning, I don't put the pieces together. It did not dawn on me that unwashed, uncut eggplant equals burn. And you know, the real crazy thing about this is uncut is supposed to actually prevent sanitation issues for that reason. Like, evolutionary, that's why we mammals have certain hair in certain places to keep stuff clean in that way, keep away bacteria, sweat, shit like that. Think of your armpit. We got hair here because we got sweat and bacteria and all that shit, right? So you got all that just I had to ice my whole downstairs area in the bathroom after we hook up. And I would think it's my fault because I wasn't excited enough, because Pig refuses to use lubricant because of the chemicals and would rather do it naturally. Well, pig, you need to eat up. Talking about you want to do it naturally. Bruh, in my Nikki voice, never let a fat nigga tell me what he ain't. You too big to be talking about you ain't going. Boy, I'll fire pig ass up. What is going on here? What is going on? I'm so happy she leaves this dude in the end. Oh my gosh. So yeah, all this is happening and bothering me. Then COVID hit and we just hunkered down and were quarantined on campus together. The familiarity was just too nice to leave. He even homosexually crashed my campus apartment after he graduated because he didn't want to move back in with his parents and he didn't want to get a job because he wanted one more summer off before I have to work for the rest of my life. Well, then you need to go back to mommy and daddy's house or get an internship or just pay for a few like bozo ass classes around campus. Like, why the fuck would you put that on her? And y'all, don't forget, there's an age gap here too. When they started, she was like 18, 19, and he's like 24-ish, right? So it's giving, I graduated, but I still want to hang out with the lower classmen. Like, get a fucking life. Weird. I asked him if he washed his hands with soap after he used the bathroom. And after being mad at me for starting another fight, he said only if he gets doo-doo on it. You should be washing your hands every fucking time. And then, okay, pause. You get doo-doo on your hands? How? Take your pick of red flags that I should have used as reasons to leave. There are hundreds more I skipped over. The way I finally left was I finagled my way into getting a COVID test, and when you needed a doctor's prescription to get one. And as soon as it came back negative, I told him, I don't care what you do, but personally, I was running home to my mommy. I know that's right, bitch. I know that is right, right? I cannot wait to be that person for my future kids, because what we not about to do, we're not about to do this struggle of you depend on me and oh, you can come home to your mommy house. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like, what? I would have, mom. Help, like, bruh, no. Right, I feel like COVID originated in one of the little Osmosis Jones looking ass. That's who he looks like. Bill Murray, like a more, around the same size, a little bit more slender. And then imagine if Bill Murray actually had a root job and like a bang. Like, what? Anicia, I love your name. That is so cute. Anicia says she dirty too, no cap. No, for real. Like, and I'm a charge it to just you being young and uninformed, like when it comes to sex. But I guarantee you, if you would have told your mom this whole story, she would have been like, girl, I'm so sorry. I should have told you. Like, if you're burning and he's the only one you're sleeping with, it's him. Stop sleeping with him. Like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, look, my boy is giving Osmosis Jones vibes. Cause damn. No, for real. How did this last 8 months? I don't know. I would have ran home to mama too. I left his ass at the airport, period. On my way home, I left him. And I had a wonderful time quarantining with my favoriteest lady, my mama. I really treasure that time I got to spend with her, especially since the cancer took her home in May of 2022. I am so sorry to hear that. And you sent me a picture. Y'all look alike. Like, I don't know if it's I think it's the glasses and the shape of your head. Like, you guys look so much alike. And she sent me this baby picture. You're a little blonde baby. Man, that is so sad. I'm glad that she was able to be there for you in that moment. Damn, bruh. Not the cancer, dog. Hold on, I done opened this picture. I'm over here lost in the sauce. All right. Here we go. In the 3 years of life and love and wisdom and growth between In the 3 years of life, love, and wisdom and growth between when I left Pig and now, so it's been 3 years since they've been broken up. Girl, I thought you said y'all was together for 3 years. I was about to be like, friend. They've been separated for 3 years now. I've learned to look back on that time and feel a little bit of shame, laugh a lot, and mostly just feel love for that little 19, 20-year-old girl who was just so vulnerable. And out of that vulnerability grew a nice, strong spine for myself. I love that. I love how you describe that. Now I get to look back and laugh at the time Pig once stared at me for a while and said, babe, I think, what is up with these dudes and these feet? Babe, I think I have a foot fetish and I just can't get your toes out of my head. Oh my God. And then I let him suck on my toe for about 30 seconds. And he talking about, actually, I don't think I have a foot fetish. He said, get the toes out of my face. I lied. Oh my God. I love you, Naja. So excited for this next chapter in your life and excited to watch you and your channel and your pod grow. Thank you so much. And there's been a lot of nights when I can't sleep these last couple years and your pods relax me so much. So thanks so much. I put an old one on and I just be out like a light. Here's a couple pictures of me. See you soon on YouTube. Bye. Bye, girl. Oh, thank you so much, man. Like, my dog said, never mind. Never mind is wild, bruh. Like, what do you mean? My dog said, I'm just playing. I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, I'm glad I can help y'all go to sleep. Because I be feeling like my voice is just so loud, obnoxious. Oh, it's you and your niece and your nephew. Look at you. You're so nice. Yeah, Pig. And not y'all took this picture on my birthday. That's so funny. My birthday, quarantine year. Y'all was outside. Man, look. He looks like his name is Bernadette. I can't get over it. That's all of the stories I got today, too. Let me think. Any advice I would give to any young girl in this situation? Because our girl got out on the other side, okay? I do agree. Someone said in the chat, because I'm this way too, like, it's not your job to mother this man and be his mom and teach him how to wash his ass. That's not what's going on, right? But if their excuse is it's for blank reason and that reason is just like, what? That don't make no sense. Like, for example, I had a roommate. I made a story time about this years ago. I had a roommate. He was vegan and he would use that native deodorant. And this is before TikTok and Instagram and all that made it popular. In the 2010s, there was native deodorant was still a thing. It was cheaper. And he would wear it because it was vegan. And like, my boy could not catch a break. Like, he was mercy. And I was like, friend, like, I know you want to, like, we can do some research for you, you know, and we can find something. Sure enough, and I'm not no vegan shamer. Y'all know me. I've been vegan, vegetarian. You know, I really don't care what other people do to their body. But my dog had to suck it up and get some normal ass deodorant. You know, like, there's just some things that, you know, if you bring it to someone's attention and they aren't really like gung ho on their moral reason as to why, they will bend. You know, like, not everything works for everybody. Everyone's body type. Some people are more perspicuous than others. That's another reason why not bathing is crazy. Some people sweat way more than others do. And then you guys are having hookups. That's bodily fluids. Like, yeah, y'all talking about the native had you musty. I tried native for like 2 seconds in high school. And I realized, like, oh my God, it took 1 day. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get bullied. Like, bitch, I'm about to put my teen spirit back on. Like, what the fuck? No. So then when my roommate was ranked, I was like, buddy, you need some Dio? Like, we can give you some. No, I'm using native. I'm like, oh, hell no. That shit don't work. The fuck? That shit don't fucking work. I'm going to get bullied. Happy Turkey Day or Turkey Day Eve. We do not celebrate Thanksgiving over here. We celebrate the turkey, okay? Tons of turkeys were slaughtered so we could at least enjoy them. Poor turkeys. So we're going to be reading 3 stories. We're going to start with the one that we didn't get to finish yesterday. The 14-year friendship ended because of this. Was I in the wrong? 14 years is crazy. That's a lifetime. The next one is also a was I in the wrong situation. The third one is she a bad friend or am I tripping? And the fourth one is I almost broke up with him over a restaurant reservation. Friends, y'all being petty. Oh my gosh. And that one, I told the people on Twitch, but I got to tell y'all on YouTube as well. That one is 12 pages long. They went to Microsoft Word and typed up their TRIBETEA entry. 12 pages long. They did not send me a essay. They sent me a book report. So we're going to save that one for last. But all right, y'all, let's get into the first one. 14-year friendship, the title of the Twitch stream. Was I in the wrong? Damn, this one's long too. Y'all need to get y'all water, get your snacks, get your hot chips, something. So she starts off saying, "Hey Naja and Tribe, I hope you are all doing well. I am usually a silent subscriber, but most of the people I'm subscribed to, I watch the video, like it, and go. But I was watching one of your TRIBETEA segments, and for some reason I was inspired, or lack of better words, to tell this story. I discovered one of your videos when I was in high school, and I have been here ever since. Damn, that's what's up. And I'll be 25 soon. Wow, well, you're already 25. Your birthday passed. Happy belated birthday. They are a Libra. Shout out to all the Libras in the chat. But they said, I'm not going to lie. I have never typed this story out before, so I don't know how long or short it's going to be. I don't think anyone needs names, especially because in most of the stories you read, the person, thank you. Oh my gosh. Finally. Bruh. They said in most of the stories that you read, the person who's writing, the name is never said. Right. That's what I'm saying, bruh. And 2, the only characters in the story are me and my ex-best friend. And I'm just going to refer to her as her or she. Let's get into it, I guess. And if it gets confusing, I'll give her a random name like Annie or something, okay? So don't worry, y'all. And the title of this one is, just in case y'all didn't get it, is 14-year friendship ended. Was I in the wrong? So here's some background info. Growing up, my mom sent me to this Catholic school that was in my neighborhood. She was never one to force religion on me, but she sent me there for the education. I live in the city that has the worst education system in the country, so as an adult, I really appreciate her doing that. I attended this school from 1st grade all the way up until 8th grade. Damn! 1st to 8th grade? Damn. You can't date nobody. You're like, this is, ugh. That's odd. That's, okay. I was always heavyset growing up, and I was very shy, so I didn't have many friends. And when I was getting picked on, I never stood up for myself. That's so sad, man. That's kind of how it was from grades 1 to 8. But in 4th grade, we got a new student. We didn't get new students often, to be completely honest. 9 times out of 10, from 1st grade to 8th, 95% of the class just stayed the same, except for like 1 or 2 people. Anyway, the new girl has glasses, was tall and skinny, and an easy target for the kids. Anyone who looked like they stood out would get picked. That's pretty much anywhere, child. Anybody that's different, the kids are going to pick on you. So even though I could never really stick up for myself, when they started picking on her, I don't know, I just found it in myself to stick up for her. We built a friendship because of that, and from 4th to 8th grade, Our friendship consisted of normal kid stuff, from playing with dolls, sharing interests, talking on the house phone for hours, talking about boys, and having stupid little fights about stupid things, and then being friends again a day or two later. She was really like my sister. We did everything together, literally. When it was time to graduate from the 8th grade, mind you, not, you know. I was sure that we were going to go to the same Catholic high school. However, Catholic school tuition here is 16 bands a year. Can you get a sponsor? Like 16 bands. Oh, wow. And that quote was with financial assistance. My mom is a single parent who did everything by herself, so she couldn't afford it. And I was upset, but I ended up going to a really good charter school that was around the corner from the Catholic school that my ex bestie attended, right? They said elites only. Oh my gosh. Same school or not, we were still inseparable. Now I had to mention this because it's a key point to the main problem in the story. However, I will be limiting details because no matter if me and her are friends or not, her business is never my business to tell. Very true. So once we get to high school, I didn't see her that much, even though we lived around the corner. And the reason is that something happened in her life, and it's definitely considered life changing. And the people she lived with were really strict, and she wasn't really allowed to do anything but go to school and come back home, right? So even though we didn't get to see each other a lot during the 4 years of high school, we talked like every single day. We would FaceTime at least twice a week, even if it was just to sit in silence while we did homework. High school years come and go, and we graduate. So I go to her graduation, and she wasn't allowed to come to mine. Girl, you're grown. What do you mean you're not allowed? Girl, you could just show up. Like, what's going to happen? I knew what her situation was, so it's no hard feelings. We live near a major college campus, and she ended up going to that college, meaning that she didn't have to move or do anything. And I went to community college also, so I still lived at home as well. This is where that thing I mentioned comes back up. Even though she was in college now, she still wasn't allowed to go anywhere. We'd see each other almost every day because, well, okay, I'm a pause for a second to regroup. So, like, my opinion so far, I think that it might be a cultural thing. Like, it might be a cultural thing as to why, even though she is an adult, her parents are still on her neck. Because it really doesn't make sense. Y'all are right up the street in walking distance. And I was going to say maybe the parents just don't like you and don't want her around you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. So, so we see each other almost every day because, like I said, we live close, and I went to school in the city and she went to school around the corner from where we lived. I would meet her after I got off work, and we would get food, study together, laugh, joke, and catch up. She would just lie to her guardian and say that she was working late so they wouldn't question her, and we'd walk home together afterwards. That's not her guardian. This girl is grown. That's why I'm trying to give like maybe like some grace and be like, maybe she comes from, a foreign family where they're more strict, or a more traditional family where they're more strict on some like until on some religious shit. Because I know in the past I said if I have a daughter, I would open the option, be like, you could stay as long as you want until you want to start a family of your own and get married. But I'm aware that there are people who take that and then go like to the extreme, and it's like, no, you can't leave this house. Like, you need to stay in this house, like your property or something. Yeah, it can get bad. So we're going through college, and she's being controlled at home to the point where she can't take it anymore. Me and my mom couldn't get along to save our lives either, mainly because I had one of those moms who was there physically but not mentally or emotionally. I never got listened to, and whenever I would express myself, she would automatically make it about her. So one day, she, the ex bestie, starts talking to me about moving and looking for places. I'm being super supportive, and I'm like, yes, girl, you deserve to be free and happy. I'll help you look for places. Just tell me what you're looking for. So we look at places for about a month. And one day we weren't able to meet to do our homework. So she calls me on the phone and tells me she found a place through a family member who just moved but didn't want to sell her the house. So she was looking to rent it out. My bestie was telling me how she said she would take it and how the family member was actually relieved because she was nervous about renting to people she didn't know. See, she's not really escaping the problem though. Because that's her family. It's still in her family. So I guarantee you them people probably still gonna pop up. They're probably gonna convince the other family member to give them a key or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it's hard finding a place right now too, but it's like, damn, are you really free? Are you really free, bruh? Damn. So I'm telling her how proud I am of her and how happy I am. And it was genuine. And she proceeds to tell me she knows how things are going with me and my mom, and she would love for me to move with her on some we're both moving out of toxic homes type shit. Okay. And I told her yes. One of the biggest mistakes of my life. Man, oh man, this is about to be bad. So, for one, she was ready to move immediately. And as I mentioned above, from the time she was about 12 to this point, she was living somewhere where she had no freedom. So, I understand why. She was rushing me, though. That's a red flag. If both of y'all are not ready financially, like, it's a no go. The house was completely empty, almost because the previous owner moved from one to another. So we had to replace all the furniture, and all other adults listening to this right now know the furniture is expensive. Yes. I even told her, like, hey, look, I'm not ready to move right this second. However, when it's time to pay bills, I'll still pay my half. She wasn't trying to hear any of that. So my question is, what is the half? Because if you say you're not ready to pay bills, you're not ready to move, but you'll pay the bill. So basically, you're just saying you're not ready to furnish the apartment, but you'll pay the bills. Yeah, it sounds like she needs to wait. She needs to wait. I would advise anyone to spend a year just like slowly collecting stuff for a home before you do that. Because of this, rent a storage unit or something, hold shit in there. Because yeah, now you're gonna be sitting in an empty ass bando. Nobody wants that. She said she was not trying to hear that. She wanted to move today. So I obliged. You shouldn't have did that, friend. Mind you, we are two full-time college students who are also both working full-time. Or so I thought. We'll get there, though. Hey, yo, not she don't got no money trying to do this shit. Oh, wow. So we move in a little quicker than I was ready for, but we move in. We get our bedroom stuff first, then the stuff for the kitchen, and then we worry about downstairs. Damn, it's upstairs, downstairs? Okay. We get all of this done in a matter of 2 months while still paying bills. Small detail, but I want to add in that we had to get a router because since we're both in college, we need to be able to do our work. And I remember her asking me if we wanted to put that bill in my name to build my credit or her name. Something told me to let her put it in her name, so I did just that. I said, no, everything else is in your name, so let's just continue to put stuff in your name. She says, okay. We get the router, no problem. At this point, we've been living there for 2 months, going on 3. The house is nearly complete, and we're happy. We cook dinner together, eat together, sit in each other's rooms. It was great until it wasn't. Man, look. Look, I can't. It's a canon event. Some people go through it more times than one because they don't learn their lesson. Sad. Right. It's like a little sleepover, and then you realize, damn, the bills just keep coming, bitch. So, the heater broke. Had to pay to get that fixed, which is wild. That is not something you should be doing. That's something that her family should be doing. But again, that's that boundary. When you rent to family members, they can do little slick shit like that and not be a real landlord. Y'all should not have paid for that. It was so cold in the house that we could see our breath. It was really bad. Let's just say that was in December. The heater thing is important. I also need to mention that right before we moved in together, ex-bestie got into her first ever real relationship. Oh no. That's also important for this reason. Oftentimes, we would have most of our serious conversations about things for the house while we were in the kitchen cooking dinner. There would be plenty of times where I'd mention something important like a bill or just something in general that needed to be discussed for the house, and she would change the subject to her boyfriend every single time. Then when I wouldn't respond how she wanted, she would get upset and kind of viewed it as me being a hater, when it's literally like, girl, I'm trying to make sure we have water, electricity every month, and you over here talking about a man. Is he paying the bills? No. So we could talk about him later. Also, the way we would do bills is that since everything was in her name, I would send her money and she would pay them. Big mistake. Yeah. February rolls around. I come in the house and it's freezing cold. I'm confused because I'm like, we just paid the gas and electric and the water. 2 months ago, we just got that damn water heater fixed. What is going on? Let me guess. Let me take a wild guess. Baby has not been paying the bills. She's probably been running around with that money, doing God knows what. Because I asked her about it, and she tells me that the gas and electric didn't get paid because she didn't have her half. That's something you tell somebody before you take their money. They ended up cutting our shit off. So I'm confused because it's like I'm going to work. Almost every dollar I'm getting is going towards these damn bills. And when she got home, I asked her about it again, and she admitted to me she did not have a job. She hasn't had one for months. And she quit because she doesn't feel like she should have to work while being a student. She was relying mainly off of her savings and was using my money to pay her car note and do personal things for herself instead of putting it toward the bills. My thing is this, privileged bitch. Aren't y'all both students? Doesn't she think that maybe you don't want to fucking work either? Wow. That's horrible. Because remember, in the beginning of the story, her people got money, Obviously, they got properties and shit, too. And our homegirl here, she couldn't go to the Catholic school and shit. I feel like the friend is just, like, very privileged and disconnected. The fact they have a savings account that they can just take from and pay the rent, and then they open their hand, take your money, and go and buy shit is crazy. That's so crazy to me. Wow. So a couple days go by and we're not speaking. One day she calls me into her room and tells me that she's moving to the state that her boyfriend lives in and was planning on changing her whole career so she could do what he does and work where he works. Mind you, we were months away from college graduation. Damn. She tells me that she's looking for a job and that she'll pay her half because it was her fault. She also tells me that it would be at least 4 months before she made the move. I take that with a grain of salt, especially because you don't even have the money to pay bills. So how are you just going to pack up and move across the bridge to a whole nother state? Okay. 2 days later, she knocks on my door, and guess what she had the nerve and audacity to say to me? She said, "Hey, so I know the other day I said I'd help pay for half, but honestly, that doesn't make sense if I won't be living here. I'll probably move by the end of the month, so I'll pay half of everything for this month, but after that, it's on you." Wow. I responded with, "So you lied again." Her only response was, "Things happen." She started to walk out of my... Honestly, bro, that's the best case scenario because everything is in her name. If I was you, I just would stop paying for shit since we all just don't want to work and want to be students. I do too, bitch. Like, the fuck? That's what I'm saying. It's all in her name. I'll be like, okay. Bye. So she starts to walk out my room and then turned around and said, "This is the career that's calling me and I'm going to answer. If you don't support me, that's fine." And what I wanted to say is the career isn't what you're chasing. It's eggplant, girl. It's not the career. Let's be real now. But I didn't say anything. Ooh, I wish you would have. The bad girls clubbing me really wish you would have. But that just would have fit into her, my best friend is a hater narrative. No, you're right. You're right. Mind y'all, this man literally called her stupid on multiple occasions and told her that she could never do what he does or ever be as good as him. Wow. Prince Charming. So kind. Starting the next day, I started moving my stuff back home little by little. I went to the store, got some moving boxes and tape, and every single day, I would take a few boxes in an Uber back to my house. I will go to school, go to work, then go back to that house. I said nothing about the fact that I was slowly moving my stuff, as you should have, exactly. I obviously couldn't get my bed and mattress, so one day while she was in class, I scheduled a moving truck to come, took my bed apart, and waited. So the moving truck was all scheduled, came the next morning, took my mattress, bed frame, and the man helped me put it in the truck, while I literally packed all the food in the refrigerator and freezer and all the dishes. I left the key on the living room table and I left. She texted me a couple days later. I guess that's when she realized I was gone. Damn. And had the nerve to tell me I hurt her feelings because I had ignored her for 4 days after she told me she lied about having a job. Girl, I would have been like, girl, you're done. Talking about feelings? Feelings? No, for real, girl, go to hell. Talking about some feelings. What? What the fuck? I calmly and maturely explained to her what she did wrong and why it was fucked up. Her last message to me was, "We could have just talked about it. Either way, I hope this doesn't ruin our friendship." Girl, be fucking for real. We haven't spoken since. I have no desire to talk to her ever again. I genuinely feel like she knew that I had a full-time job with a second source of income on the side, and she used me for my money. I agree. I think she's just used to people being around her that don't really value the dollar for real because it's so abundant in their lives and their privilege, and they're in certain social spaces, and they're just entitled. She just felt entitled to your money because you were making it. It's really weird. In the end, she was trying to fuck me over, and eventually I pulled a Uno reverse because I moved out and didn't give her the last month, period. She admitted to me that she didn't have a job. So going from not even paying half to not paying 4 whole bills, yeah, good luck. Anyways, that's that. It did end up being kind of long. I'm sorry. I know 98% of these end with people sending you pictures. And here's me. And you are so pretty. And I love the picture of you with your cap on. We love an educated queen. Okay. But yeah, she was definitely giving enraged Nepo baby. And you were not in the wrong. And unfortunately, when you add bills and stuff to friendships, it will put a strain and it usually will end. It don't matter how long you know them. And I always tell people, I'm sure there are unique cases, but I always tell people, don't move in with your best friend if you want to keep them. Another advice, don't involve people you really, really like as like staples in your events. And I've learned all of this from my story times and like reflecting on my life and shit. Like, for example, birthdays. I don't revolve my birthdays around who is going to be in the party with me. Like, who's going to be the homegirl hanging out with me. And like, no, I will turn up by myself. Like, because I don't want no room for me to not like you for real. Mm-hmm. For real, bruh. Bestie do need therapy. Bestie need therapy for real. But it seems to me like she just doesn't see what she's doing as wrong. She seems to be very wrapped up in the boy, and that's the opposite effect of overly sheltering kids. Is that they be wanting to be hyper independent and jump into these extreme relationships. Like, you want to go, you about to say F your whole degree, go start all the way over and go live with some man. Okay. Okay. If that's what you want to do, Bookie. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. I have another story about friends and stuff. So here we go. Oh my gosh, I was just bitching about these type of pants yesterday and I wore them again. I can't help it. I can't give up the skinnies, bruh. I love them. It's hard. Oh my gosh. But I was just bitching about them yesterday. Okay, this one is just simply titled, Was I Wrong? Okay. So, hey Naja, I hope you're doing great when you read this. I'm okay. I just got a really nice bouquet. Um, I just have a little story to tell and I would like to hear your opinions. Also, if you'd like to know, I found your channel from either a story time, from the Indian restaurant, or your nipple piercing video. Well, thank you for still watching. I appreciate it. So, I have sent in something before. My last entry was about my old best friend who got very drunk and hit me while I was driving. I remember you because you sent me a picture. The girl should have went to jail for what she did to you. Like that, I still let me know if y'all remember that. Yeah, I see some people saying they remember. She said there's not really an update from that story. I just still have her blocked and I got my braces removed, but I'm doing pretty well these days. I've moved into a new home with my boyfriend and have also made new friends in the area. Well, that is good news. That is good to hear. I'm glad that bitch is still blocked because that was crazy. Mm-mm. Beating bitches up. Like, what? So, the story I have today is about a different friend I used to have. Her name is Mary. She and I were friends since I met her at 18 years old, and although we weren't the best of friends, I still considered her a very good friend of mine, and we'd always catch up every now and then over food and all that type of stuff, like nothing. She'd always come through for me when I was going through emotional things, and I was there for her likewise. And I usually did favors for her once in a while when needed because she didn't have a car. Okay. So Mary and I haven't ever had a fallout or a huge argument. Okay. That's not a red flag, but I would hope that y'all have at least had like disagreements before, you know? Okay, yeah, I was about to say. She said, we've had some disagreements, but nothing has ever escalated past that. It was just convo. I had her on all of my social media and was so surprised when earlier this year I saw that she posted a story on her Snapchat of her 5-month pregnant belly. Wow. I was like, Mary, you're pregnant? I was happy for her and told her congrats on her story and again on her IG and her on her Facebook post. But I was also thinking, why didn't she tell me that she was pregnant? I didn't know why she wouldn't tell me, but I guess that she hadn't considered me to be a confidant then. So, I mean, man, I feel like pregnancy, especially if that's her first kid, I feel like it's a fragile time and like you don't know if things are really going to stick, if you're really going to go full term. And then even if you do go full term, you can have a tragedy giving birth, you know. Um so I get why she hid it, but I also get why you're a little like hurt cuz you're like, "Damn, I wasn't in the exclusive club to know like when you first peed on the stick, mamas. Like, damn, that hurt, you know?" But I don't know. I just know that's a really sensitive time. Just it's a sensitive time. I don't have any kids, but just from my peers, usually people do go ghost for a trimester or two, you know? Um, yeah, but that's just my opinion. So it bothered me a little bit that she didn't consider me to be a confidant then, but it's okay. We hadn't talked in a while, and I was thinking that we'll catch up again soon, like we always have over the 8 years we've been friends. I texted her and said, "Hey, it's been a while since we've hung out, and I'd like to catch up with you." And she never responded. Maybe it's something going on. Maybe she is about to go into a new phase of life and just doesn't want to bring you with her. I don't know why. Does she ever tell you why? I hope she tells you what the hell's going on and not just ghosts you. But it is her business, you know. But I don't know. You didn't even bring the baby up. You said, let's just catch up, and she didn't respond. So that really surprised me because she always texts back, even if it was a long time after the first text. I was genuinely embarrassed that I even reached out and was left on red. So I just deleted the whole convo with her in my phone. Anytime she posted something on Facebook or Instagram, I would heart the post and keep scrolling. I said congrats again when she gave birth. Girl, you need to take a hint. She's just not wanting to be bothered with you specifically. Because once she launched the pregnancy on social media, it's pretty much fair game for everyone to know. Family, friends, relatives, old coworkers on some Facebook shit. Like everybody knows. And if she genuinely didn't want anybody contacting her, she wouldn't have posted it on social media. So, damn. After the baby was born and I sent her the congrats, that was the last thing that was ever said between us and was my text reaching out. Moving on, this year in August, I found out that I was pregnant. Congratulations, friend. We are so blessed and happy for the journey we have ahead of us. I had also kept it private. Only close family knew, and I planned to announce it around the end of my 3rd trimester. That was until I freaking passed out and got a grade 1 concussion. Damn. I passed out and got a grade 1 concussion from hitting my head on a copy machine in the office. Wow. Can you say lawsuit out of my neck? So because of that, we actually announced it everywhere that I was about 9 weeks. I fainted from my blood sugar dropping and the dehydration. I hadn't eaten enough breakfast that morning. And that really scared my family and especially my coworkers who just didn't know yet, right? Hey, shout out to Kat. What's up, friend? Shout out to Kat for the resubscription. Thank you so much. They said they're glad to make it. I'm glad you made it too. Thank you guys so much for the support on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Really, really do. So, we announced it everywhere that I'm 9 weeks. Within an hour that I announced it, I got a notification on Facebook from Mary. Now, let me say this. This is my assumption of what's going on because, again, I told you I have peers who are moms or whatever. Notice I said peers, not friends, associates, right? I am aware that my lifestyle on the daily is not child friendly. Like, I am very much a babysitter, not a mother, okay? When I'm around kids, I adjust my life to make sure that things are kid friendly, right? For the time being while they're there. And then I can drop them off at mommy or daddy house and I can go back to living my very, very adult life, right? So I understand why somebody would stop talking to me personally once they make the decision to have kids. If you're not in my family, you get what I'm saying? Like, we're not blood or anything, because I don't live, I couldn't be part of your village type shit. I don't got Coco Melon on the screen. I don't got, you get what I'm saying? I be smoking big blizzies. I be sipping wine. I'm auntie. You get what I'm saying? I'm auntie. So I understand, like, certain associates I used to have, when they take that leap of motherhood, I stop hearing from them type shit, right? And I don't really take offense to it because I know when I get to that phase, I don't want nobody smell like a loud pack all over my jit. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that I get it. But I do agree with Anaya. Be an adult and communicate that. You get what I'm saying? Communicate that. That's all you got to do. But I do think it's interesting that now she's popping up like, oh, you got a baby now? Like, okay, now we can all do this baby thing together. Like, that's the vibe that I am getting, you know? Yeah. You said, nah, I would have blocked sis. But I hope y'all get what I'm saying, where it's like, I'm childless. So the majority of my life is spent as such until, my nieces or whatever come down here, then yeah, I adjust, right? But I'm not on that mode 25/8 because I'm auntie, not mama. You get what I'm saying? So let's see what the reasoning, the excuse is gonna be from Miss Mary. Turns out Mary unfriended me on Facebook and she also took me off of IG. And I don't know if she purposely sent a friend request after taking me off to show that I was no longer on the list, but I didn't say anything. I was just really hurt that she cut me off like that without saying a word. Maybe I should have reached out more. Girl, do not accept that friend request. Don't accept that friend request. Because in the same breath, on the opposite end of what I said earlier, why would I want you in my life when I have a child I have to protect, when you disrespected me as a single entity before I had kids? So this is just how you treated me. Why would I let you be around my kid? So it's like, bruh, you get what I'm saying? I would feel you for being like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. If I drop 3 babies, I'm not fucking with you. Like, I'm not fucking with you, girl. Maybe I should have reached out more. Girl, no, you reached out enough. So I figured she didn't care to know what was going on in my life since she never reached back out to me, asking me how I was doing. And I would randomly send her funny videos on Instagram. She wouldn't respond to that. I understand pregnancy and postpartum is hard, but damn, Mary never even tried to reach out to me after that. So of course I didn't, interact and tell her I was pregnant. Yes, I was being petty. You, my friend of 8 years, did not tell me you were pregnant, and I found out through your story. So I did not tell you that I was pregnant, and you found out through my Facebook post. Oh my gosh. I don't know why she cut me off. If there was any bad blood between us, I thought we were on good enough terms to talk things out. If I was you, friend, I would have just emailed her straight up or Facebooked her or text her or DM'd her or whatever. I would stop liking her pictures, trying to be a people pleaser and making her like you and shit. I would have hit her up straight up. What's the problem? What's the problem? You know? Like, what is your problem? Because I don't understand. Like, we were here and now we're here. What's going on? Like, what the fuck? Very shady, bro. I thought we were on good terms, but I guess not. Like, did I do something? Where was the point of no return? Maybe she stopped liking me as a person a while ago and was just waiting for a reason to cut me off. Shortly after, she took me off of Facebook. Damn. I noticed she kept me on Snapchat for whatever reason, though. I customized my story to where she couldn't see it because I was mad that she cut me off. Girl, unfriend her. Like, fuck her, bro. And then, like, can we not forget the origin of this friendship? She was literally like a friend of a friend that you would go and get food with. Maybe she wanted the relationship to be less surface level and it just wasn't evolving. Maybe she was content with the surface level relationship and you wanted more, and now she's unable to give it and is feeling like uncomfortable and saying fuck it. Either way, poor communication going on both ways right now. So she took her off Facebook. Okay. I noticed she kept me on Snapchat. I muted her. So I forgot that I made it that way until about 2 weeks after that. I changed it back so she could see the belly on my story. Girl, you are treating her like an ex-boyfriend you want to be jealous or something. This is crazy. Talking about you unblocked her so she could see your belly picture. And once I did that, she took me off of Snapchat too. Damn. Anyway, I came down to the conclusion that our friendship was not as good as I thought it was. I won't find out what I did to make Mary so upset for her to decide that my pregnancy announcement was the last straw for her. Mary, if you're reading this, girl, did you send her something? Like, did you send her a note or something? Like, I wish you would have. I wish somebody, I think your thing is you think, y'all talking about yikes. Did you write her a manifesto? Is Mary a tribe member? Because look, she said, Mary, if you are reading this, I hope you and your family are doing well and I miss you. And it's all right that we aren't friends anymore. What do y'all think of this story? Mary, are you in the tribe, girl? Is Mary on the email? No, it's just me. I was about to say, did Mary send this in? Oh my God. Or did one of Mary's homegirls send this in? Honestly, bro, I feel like y'all probably just had a very surface level friendship and she just probably didn't want to keep it going. But I don't know. I feel like both of y'all are very poor communicators in this story. Nudging someone or liking their stuff is not the same as having a conversation. You could have, even back in the day when she was on some announcing her pregnancy and nobody said anything, that's when I would have texted her. I would be like, hey, what's going on? Like, it's been a minute. You've been avoiding me. I feel like right then and there you would have got your answer. But then it just drug on and morphed into this weird tick for tack thing to where both of y'all are posting stuff, hoping that the other sees it, muting each other, following, unfollowing. Like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if in Mary's head she think that you got pregnant because she just got pregnant. Because that's what happens when these weird little passive aggressive things happen. Like, people start getting all different types of animosity that's not even there, you know. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Let me see. What are y'all saying? You talking about Ricky? When I see you, Ricky? When I catch you, Ricky? If Mary is a tribe member, this is going to be good because I really want to know what happened. Like, what happened to make you peace out? Like, what did she do? She said, here's some pictures of me before being pregnant. Many people say I have a big belly. but I'm pretty normal size. I cropped out my face in case you show the tribe, girl. I'm not gonna show nobody. Have a great day, and thanks so much for the feedback. I'm talking about the week you got pregnant. Damn, you knew the week. Oh, I love the fall photos. I love the little side braid. Super cute. Super duper cute. I hope you have a safe delivery. But yeah, bruh. I would just let it go. I would really just let that shit go. You both are mothers now. You have way more important shit to worry about than who is wanting to be your friend or not. You get what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like having good friends, like, and don't you probably have other friends too? Like, I just wouldn't put all my energy into the one person that's just like doing what you don't want them to do. Like, what is that saying? You got all this positivity, but you want to give all the attention to the person spewing hate and that you think is oh so bad, you know? Let me see what y'all got to say before I move on to this one. So she cares more about Mary than Mary cares about her. I agree, but I can also acknowledge that Mary was playing the tit for tat game right with her ass, you know? Because, bruh, this could have been nipped in the ass a long time ago by both parties. You talking about not her putting a bit real name in there. She never said any, she didn't say that's her real name, bruh. Y'all don't be saying that because y'all be getting me scared. She did not say that's that girl real name. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. You said charge it to the game and go on about your life. I agree. Honey says, when my friend got pregnant and had her baby, she got married and we talked in the beginning and I visited her, but we naturally just stopped talking and I just backed off. No, I mean, it is what it is, bro. And if you think about it, before the age of social media, that was normal. We're not supposed to still have access to somebody that we knew in the first grade. Like, you're supposed to go through life and be like, damn, you remember little Jimmy from the first grade? Yeah, I do remember him. Yeah. You're not supposed to be like, yeah, bro, I've been following little Jimmy for 20 years. I've seen his whole family. He about to have grandkids soon. Like, bruh, that's not normal. It's digital stalking, for real, for real. And it's almost like treating people like they're not real, like you're collecting them or something. But I keep saying this when I step out with my new Instagram, bro. Like, I'm about to be doing Instagram so much differently, like, because of shit like this. Like, I don't think it's healthy for people to have these strong attachments to, like, friends of a friends that they met on the cruise ship 5 years ago, like, and they're just lurking and, like, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. I do agree to Nitro, though. Like, you could have sent this to her. Like, the same way you sent this to me, I wish you would have sent it to Miss Mary. But that's all I got with this story, y'all. Give her some advice below. Okay. We just got a whole bunch of friend stories today. A whole bunch of friendship stuff. Like, damn. It's called, Is She a Bad Friend or Am I Tripping? So they said they are a triple fire sign. They are a Sag sun, a Sag rising, and a Leo moon. Shout out to all my Sagittarius and Leos out there. They are 20 years old and 36 weeks pregnant. Congratulations. It's pregnancy season, I guess, girl. So I have a friend who is a Capricorn. Shout out to the Capricorns. And we've been on and off friends for about 5 years. Not y'all said pregnancy in the air, hold your breath. So they were friends for 5 years. It seemed like we were the best of friends when we are distant, but the more time we start hanging out, the more I realize why we aren't friends for the most moments. She would make hurtful comments sometimes and pass it off as a joke, red flag. Cross my boundaries, other red flag. And never take my nose for an answer. That's still crossing boundaries, which is a red flag. So I had a baby shower and I was so stressed about it. I was 7 months pregnant and working 2 jobs. Golly. That makes no sense to me, bro. This system is corrupt as fuck. There's no reason why any pregnant woman should be working. That is wild. Because of these jobs, I barely had time to do anything. I had no idea about having a baby shower until the last minute, so I didn't expect to be spending money on my hair, dress, or makeup. So my cousins that planned the shower was communicating to me through my dad, and this caused a big misunderstanding about the date of the baby shower. I had already booked makeup and hair, so I was frustrated when they pushed the baby shower date back and did not want to compromise with me. I didn't want to cancel my appointments because the deposits were non-refundable and 50% the total. I didn't know what to do. So I made a post about my frustration and my friend called me. I cried so hard to her because I didn't know what to do with my hair. Later on, I just decided to buy a bob wig off Amazon because I just couldn't take it, girl. I was staying in a hotel without all my hair stuff, so I asked a friend to do it for me. She agreed and came 2 nights before the baby shower. For whatever reason, she came to my hotel with her girlfriend. This is not a party in that type of way. When it comes to formal events like baby showers, bridal showers, graduation, like formal family type, you know what I mean? And you're here to perform a service, you're not bringing your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your little niece, your little nephew that you got to babysit. No, we're not doing that. Instead of doing my hair when she arrived, she was playing around with her girl the whole time. Mind you, this couple lived together, so why they didn't just stay home with these shenanigans, I will never know. She didn't even do my hair until 12 a.m. the day of. 12 a.m.? A.m.? I got the bob 14 inches long because I don't like short bobs. I expressed how long I wanted my hair. And she still cut my bob right below the ear. Berries and cream bob right below the ear. The berries and cream bob. Oh my God. I would have mollywopped that hoe in the hotel room. Why? No, I wouldn't have. We don't. Girl, I'm just being funny. I would not do that to anybody. Nikki with the bob. Oh my gosh. I was pissed. She told me to trust the process. Bitch, what you about to do? You can't put it back on. Talking about trust the process. It's going to look better after I flat iron it. Girl, no. You're supposed to flat iron it and then try to do a little bob action. Then you do a passover again. Oh, wow. It looked horrible. Even her girlfriend said it looked horrible. And she started crying and offered me a wig she had at home. Wow. She said she about to give her a wig from the house when you just bought a brand new fucking wig. And just like I thought, the wig was cute, but my lace was awful. I'll insert pictures. Hold on, let me see. Friend. I want to show them so bad, friend, because she would have pissed me the fuck off with this shit. Oh my God. So basically, this lady overplucked the lace. Talking about the silence was loud. Look, she overplucked the lace. The lace is been worn so many times. Like, there's just product. Like, your eye makeup look cute. Your nail looks cute. Oh my God. Hold on. I got to show y'all this. Y'all got to see this. Somebody got to come look at this. I'm so mad for you because this is your baby shower. Like, And now you're going to have to pay to get the pictures edited and shit. That would have pissed me off. Like, bitch, you was really playing in my head. What? Yeah, I got to show y'all. Like, there's no way around it. Y'all got to see this. This is crazy. This is wild. My girl said, here, take it. You could just have the first wig I find. You could have it. That's the vibe I'm getting. There it go. Yeah, this is crazy. I appreciate y'all patience. We're pulling it up now. I just didn't want your phone case and shit in the picture because I'm trying to keep the anonymity, you know. I'm not trying to have your business out there, girl. Okay, put the preview up. Yeah, this shit's pretty bad, bro. Where's it at? Open. Open up. This instant. I don't think it wants to be seen. I don't think it wants to be seen. Here, I'm gonna try one more time. This is the price of being live, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me. If y'all want to see it, y'all be patient. There we go. Oh, okay, it's starting to work now. I hate when it does that. Okay, now it's working. Here we go. Let's make this bigger so y'all can see what's going on. Okay. This is unacceptable. I wouldn't pay shit for this. And if she made you pay for this, I would take her to Judge Mathis. Does this not look like she already wore it, like, and then just got a rat tail comb sliding underneath her head and then just plopped it on our friend's head? Like, she overplucked the fuck. Like, bruh, this is where the hairlines start. This shit is overplucked. I would have been mad as fuck. I would have been so fucking mad. She said, I was so mad. I wasted $80. This was $80. And the wig didn't even get to see the light of day. Now, am I tripping? Because I expressed to her I'd only wear the bob for 2 days. I feel like as a real friend, why didn't she just offer me the wig in the first place and let me save my $80? Because she knew this wig looked crunchy as fuck and she would have to overpluck it. Because in reality, when a wig isn't fresh, it is way harder to lay down when you're transferring it on a different person because there'll probably be makeup on it. That's not your skin tone. You got to actually wash it. Somebody said apple cider vinegar soak, like some type of soap, child. Jeez. So this wasn't even what broke the camel's back, apparently. That would have been it for me. This would have been it for me. I wouldn't even fuck with this girl no more. So we would also have food incidents. Firstly, I had used my food stamps for the month on my baby shower, so I had limited food in the hotel room. I had just recently put my friend and her girlfriend onto my job. Horrible decision. On their first day at the job, I was off. My hotel was 5 minutes away from our job, and they decided to stop by on their lunch break. I asked what they were going to eat for lunch, and she said, whatever I have to offer. Oh, these people are scallywags. Like, what? I explained to her that food is limited and I only have canned soup to offer them. The next day, when I worked with them for the first time, she asked me while on her lunch break, can she chill in my hotel room? I gave her my key and thought nothing of it. Why? Why? When I got home, I realized she just went over there and ate my food. I see chip bags in the trash, corn, peas in the sink. This bitch had eaten my last cup of noodles. I was pissed. This showed me she did not respect my boundaries. Bruh, you gave her the key to your house and she said, oh, let me make myself at home. Let me go ahead and eat up all this food. That is crazy. There was another food incident. I was at work warming up my seafood pasta. Pause. So she saw me and asked for a bite. I was hesitant because I did not want to share. And she grabbed my fork and got herself a bite anyway. I didn't even think about that. And you're pregnant and she's doing all this shit with the food. No wonder, because I was about to be like, girl, really food? But no, I get it. For one, you using food stamps. That's not something that somebody should be ripping off of you. And two, bitch, now you're grabbing stuff and eating off of my plate. That's gnarly as fuck. Mind you, she does this all the time. Whenever I don't want to share, she just does it. And her girlfriend was standing right next to her, so I felt I had to give her some too. So I just grabbed her a plate and put some on it. Oh, hell no, bruh. This is crazy. This is a horrible friend. Later that day, she told me she wouldn't be able to take me home. After all that, this made me a little bit upset because my hotel is 5 minutes away from the job, but I figured it was probably for good reason. Tell me why the next day she tapped me on the shoulder at work and was like, reply to my message. Mind you, this is a job you're not supposed to be on the phone. I opened my phone to the longest message explaining to me why she didn't feel comfortable with me being around her girlfriend. Yeah, cut this bitch loose. Cut this bitch loose, bro. Why did you get her a job? Cut this bitch loose. Man, if shit wasn't so hard out here, I would be like, man, you need to go to HR and get this bitch out of here. She over here bullying you. Be like, she bullying me. She eating my lunch. And yeah. Like, what? Like, what the fuck, bro? Nobody ain't worried about that bitch. Right, you pregnant. What the fuck? I was looking at the message in shock. I explained why I pulled the plate out and gave her some. She thinks because you broke bread. Wow. Also, I asked her to save long convos for outside of work because I really don't want to get in trouble. Later, I was checking my notifications just because and had seen that she sent me another paragraph trying to drag the convo. So I text her and told her she does not respect my boundaries and we can talk when I get off. This started another argument because she told me that's not a boundary. Yes, it is. And it made me so mad because I felt gaslit. She was trying. Later on, we talked and she basically explained to me that it was her insecurities and she wanted to tell me how she felt. Here's my thing, mamas. You need a therapist. Like, you over here trying to start beef with me out of boredom. Now you're over here trying to talk to me, send me paragraphs, trying to talk to me about your insecurities. It would be one thing if you were coming from a genuine, like, hey, I need a shoulder to lean on. I need someone to talk to. But no, you're being very hostile, very confrontational. Like, girl, I am not your therapist. You need to go and handle that. She told me she didn't want to give me a ride home because she felt some way about me giving her girlfriend some pasta. We talked about how she doesn't respect my boundaries, and surprisingly, the conversation went kind of good. She agreed to start respecting the boundaries. Girl, no, she not, because she don't even know what a boundary is. She doesn't even know what a boundary is. Like, not even being funny, like, literally does not know the definition, like, type shit. This whole situation made me look at her differently because why do you even think like that? I've never given you a reason to make you think I want your girlfriend. And for you to be so petty and not give me a ride because of that made me not want to be your friend. As you should. Because that's very conditional and very fucked up. Because yo ass was sitting in the break room hungry and I broke bread. I can't get a ride home and I thought you were breaking bread by taking me home. Like, what? If roles were reversed, I would make sure she got a ride to and from work every day. And I'm sure you would have, but I hope this experience lets you realize that not everybody deserves the best treatment from you, because She is taking advantage. Wow. She says she used to buy this girl Ubers in the past. Yeah, this is crazy. I would have let her borrow my wig, shit, which I have done in the past as well. I talked to mutual friends about the situation, and he said we both have parts in the misunderstanding. He says she's tripping about the food, and I'm tripping about the boundary because I simply could have not replied at work. That is not true because this bitch physically got up and came to you and said, reply to my message. This person, this dude, sounds to me like in order to have his role, he needs to be in this toxic shit too. He can go right to hell. He can go right to hell because it's given, he kind of likes them a little bit more than you. He's kind of vibing with the lesbians more than he's vibing with you type shit. Because what do you mean both parts in the misunderstanding? The boundary is don't text me at work. I told you that in person when you felt the need to come to me in person and tell me to respond. And what did you do? You continue. That's why I'm like, I think there's like an educational thing going on. I feel like they just don't know what, I'm not talking about you that sent me in the story. I'm saying I feel like there's a comprehension issue. Like, I don't think they know what a boundary is, you know, and that's cool. A lot of us didn't know what boundaries were growing up. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like academically, they don't know what a boundary is type shit. Talking about you part of the problem. P.S. I have so many stories and situations I want to submit because my entire pregnancy has been crazy. I have no friends to discuss things like this with. I hope it wasn't too long or confusing. Thanks for reading. And then, in a little twist, they sent me an update because this story... So remember how I told you guys, if you have an old story I haven't read, just resend it. So that's what they did. This happened a year ago. And now they're coming in to tell an update about how things are today. And they said, I'm sending this in a year later because I drafted this in my notes and forgot about it. So here's the update. I stopped being friends with her. Thank God. I stopped being friends with her. My last straw was when she pretended to want to come see my baby, to take his extra crib for her girlfriend's sister's baby. These bitches is scallywags. I'm trying to tell you. You mean to tell me? Let me go. Why I keep saying that? Let me go make sure that I don't got no different meaning today. Because I thought a scallywag is a pirate. Like somebody that just comes over and takes. Hold on, let me see. That'll be just my fucking luck. Scallywag. The term scallywag refers to white Southerners who support Reconstruction policies and efforts after the conclusion of the American Civil War. It has a long history of being a slur. Oh, I'm scared now. Hold on, y'all. We about to learn something today. Alabama's... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It is not a pirate, y'all. So most scallywags opposed to the southern states to form the Confederate. Oh, my God. Oh, my. So scallywags are white southern people who used to own slaves that support equal rights. And they would hang them because they did. They support. So basically like Thomas Jefferson, somebody who supported equal rights but still had slaves. Oh my God. Well, that took a historic turn, girl. I thought a scallywag was a pirate. Well, I'm going to just keep calling her a pirate then. Yeah, that lady is a pirate. But yeah, I had no idea. The more you know. She said that the girl tried to steal her crib, for her girlfriend's sister's baby. Wow. Once I told her I wanted to keep my extra crib for when my son goes to my grandparents, she went ghost the day she was supposed to come and see me. And it made me feel like she was an opportunist. She is. We haven't spoke since, and my son is now 18 months. He is a Taurus. And I am 21 going on 22 at the time of this submission. Hashtag Sag season. I know that's right, girl. Happy early or late birthday. I'm not really sure. You didn't put your birthday in here. But yeah, I'm glad that y'all are not friends. And like I said in the last story, once you have kids, you really can't afford to be around certain people with this type of archetype who like to leech and steal. And because she stole from you when she was in your hotel, she bucked your ass, she raided you, like, which is so violating. I couldn't imagine how violated you felt coming to your hotel room and all of your stuff being ransacked and gone through, trash, all that. Like I said earlier, if they'll do that to you as a single person, like, I wouldn't even be fucking with they ass. Y'all said Sag season started today. I know that's right. Let's go. My sister sign. But yeah, let me know if y'all have ever come in contact with somebody like that before, and let me know in the comments below. We are getting into our last story of the day. You guys have been awesome. This one is long.com, and it is called I almost broke up with him over a restaurant reservation on some don't bring me to Cheesecake Factory shit. I hope not. I hope it's not. But yes, it's time to get into the novel. Get your let me drink some water. Bet. All right. Hey, Tribe and Naja. Hey, girl. You can call me Lydia. It's not my real name. Okay, Lydia, you better be talking in third person since we got to know. I've been a long-time supporter, and I finally decided to gather the guts and write an experience of my own. Well, thank you so much. I am not necessarily writing in for advice on what to do. This is an incident that happened in the past, and even though your opinions on the situation are welcome, sometimes I feel that even though I was young when this took place, I could have handled things better, so I'd love to hear what all of you think. Okay, all right. Y'all said not the New York Times best-selling author. I know that's right. So, this happened 3 years ago when I was dating my ex. It's a long story, so I'm not going to get all into the details and background because we'd be here forever. I'm currently 25 and getting ready to graduate from law school. Yes, in May of 2024. This story, however, took place back when I was freshly 22 and in a shitty relationship with a man 3 years older than me. I was with this man for about 2 years, and it left a lasting impression. From the very start of our relationship, I kept getting the feeling that two of his friends, both female and both younger than me by 3 years, did not like me. Pause. You're 22, he's 3 years older than you, which makes him 25. And he has friends that are 3 years younger than you. So he's hanging out with 20 and 21-year-olds. I don't know. It's like, it's not horrible because at least you're 21, you know, you can get a drink. You can, you know, that's usually my rule of thumb, right? However, it is weird to me, like on some little sister shit, you got like these little young minions over here, like, this is who you're with. Like, that's like a red flag for me personally, because it's like, if I can't hold a convo with these young bitches, you can, like, and then you're single or supposedly in a relationship. Why is this even a factor? That's what I'm saying. It's really not relatable for me either. But hey. Now my ex, who I will refer to as B, is outgoing and extroverted with many friends and acquaintances. However, he had two main friend groups. His high school / American buddies and his other groups that is just family and family friends, and they were all like European. So he never specified it, but during our relationship, it became clear that he most definitely had a favorite friend group, which was the European group. And I was about to say, usually foreign men that do this whole thing, they'll date you, but they will not date you with the intent of marriage. They will just string you along so that they can have fun, but they're going to go and date a European girl. And I'm not talking about a white girl. I'm talking about like European, like ethnic European girl. They're not going to be with an American girl that isn't with their traditional customs, that isn't with their, you know, I feel like I'm already clocking his game here. So, in the European group, there are 3 girls, all of whom were direct/distant family, 3 boys who were the significant others of the girls. Okay, so the girls are his family members. All right. So they're probably just on that weird possessive shit, which is even weirder. Y'all are family. I thought y'all was just some hoes. Y'all the family over here on some, you can't talk to my big brother. Like, bitch, grow up. Weird. Ugh. So while I knew that these were his favorite friends, the whole dynamic baffled me because of how toxic the group seemed to be. Not just from the drama within their friendship, but also from B's side. If something went wrong, he was constantly criticizing and insulting them, mainly the 2 girls who I mentioned briefly, to the point of me straight up asking him multiple times if he even liked them, which he'd answer with variations of no, not really, and their family, I have no choice. He was the oldest person in the friend group and would oftentimes supply the alcohol for their get-togethers. B would always complain of, oh, okay, so they are 20. They're not 21. Because what the fuck? Why would you need them to get alcohol? That's problematic. B would always complain about them wanting to party or hang out and always expecting him to organize things. So then why is that his favorite group? Let me go back. Did I read that right? He had a favorite friend group, which was the European group. That's what I'm saying. So why is that your favorite? Regardless, he tolerates the behavior, and whenever I call him out on it, B would always end up brushing things aside. Looking back, there was plenty of red flags before our time together, and the flags continued to pop up when we became official. But unfortunately for me, I had rose-tinted glasses on. So, this is a mess. So basically what's going on so far, just to catch everybody up and put them in the same place. She's dating an extrovert who has 2 main friend groups, one of which are like average American friends, and the other is his family, who is all in his age range, cousins, stuff like that. 2 or 3 of which are girls, and they're very possessive of him. There's an age gap. There's a 6-year age gap, so they use him to buy alcohol. It's pretty toxic, and every time he complains about his family to the person that sent in the story, but then turns around and is in their face again. So, by the time we finally hit our 1-year mark, the cracks in our relationship start to show. It became obvious that neither he or I were cut out for each other. Damn. And our faults/opinions kept clashing. This moment that I'm recalling was a major point of resentment for me against B. I won't give the exact month, but let's just say B is an Aries. I'm an Aquarius, a Cancer moon, and an Aries rising. Shout out to all my Aquarius, Cancers, and Aries out there. At the time of this story, his birthday was coming up, and because he had went out of his way to do something sweet for my 22nd, I wanted to return the favor. My ex said I didn't have to, and that he's not big on celebrating his birthday in general, but I insisted, and eventually he agreed. B had specifically told me that he'd love something small and local, like a dinner with me and his closest friends, which is basically what he had done for my birthday, so I was excited, especially since my love languages or ways of showing love is gift giving, even more so if it's crafts. So I took weeks putting this together, like scrapbooks, paintings, all types of stuff. Girl, I'm scared for you, like something bad's about to happen. Anyway, back to the main point. I was excited, and I reached out to as many of his friends as I could. The exact day of his birthday fell on a Saturday that year, so my idea was to host the dinner with his friends on Saturday, and then on Sunday, the family group was going to host another get-together. So not all of his friends could make it that Saturday, but because I knew it would make B happy, I secretly planned with those who wouldn't come on the original date to rain check and surprise him for another week. Keep that in mind. Let me read that again. Not everyone could make it Saturday, but I planned with those people who couldn't make it to rain check and surprise another time. Okay. I think so. I think that's what's going on. Shout out to We Geekin'. I love your name. Thank you so much for the background compliments. I painted it myself. So, now the group of people who said that they could make it were the favorite friend group, okay? The European friend group. I had created a group chat where I texted them, and originally they all responded enthusiastically. At first, I didn't have all the details like ironed out, but mainly where and what time. So the C-19 restrictions were still around, and although not as tightly, it was difficult cementing ideas. So I was trying to fit the plans to the best of B's wishes, like local and something small. Girl, you are building this up so much. I already know something bad is about to happen at this birthday get-together. Like, I already know something bad is about to happen. Oh, my God. So the chat told me that once I get a better layout of the plans to hit them up. So a week later, 3 weeks before B's B-Day, I text him the name of the restaurant, the date, the time, asking if this works. I also mentioned in the message that if this doesn't work, we can also reschedule. No one answered. So another week goes by. I send the same message. No one answers. This is why I told y'all I do not do events based off other people because they will fuck it up. Like, I can't wait until I get older and I accumulate a good group of people that are like reliable and I know for a fact will show up. But this is the norm. Like, what the fuck? I was getting frustrated, and B, who knew what was going on, would brush it off and try to make me feel better, but I could see it bothered him too. This just made me more frustrated because I kind of felt like this was happening all due to the fact I had a feeling that they didn't like me. Girl, no. I don't think that's what's going on because that would mean that they would be hurting B's feelings. Like, I don't think that's what's going on. If they didn't like you, they wouldn't have responded to the group chat, period. Like, in the first place. Damn. I never really knew or met these people before I started dating my ex, but pretty much from the start, I had this gut feeling something was off. Before the birthday, there were moments of tension, but I always felt crazy for reading into it because my ex was reassuring me it was all fine. And it wasn't until he broke up that he actually admitted all the tea of what was going on. So because of the lack of communication, there's no reservation set for the dinner yet. And even if there had been, the particular state we're in, allows you to cancel or change up until about 15 minutes before. Despite knowing this, I didn't want to make reservations until I knew how many people were going to be there. Blah, 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 blah. Because you're up here rambling about this restaurant, girl. So a week before the dinner was supposed to take place, I still had no answer from anyone. I followed up one more time, still silent. I most definitely admit that I was sick of their behavior and I was feeling particularly bitter. My bitterness mainly stemmed from the fact that this dinner was for their best friend, and I felt as though they were being completely disrespectful to B by ignoring any plans I was attempting to make on his behalf. So let me interject for a second. I don't know about y'all, but when you have a plan B, don't stress out too much, right? And I wouldn't have made a plan B so similar to plan A. The title of this story, by the way, is I almost broke up with him over a restaurant reservation. But they did break up because she's calling him her ex. But yeah, like, why include all these people? One. Then, like, if the plan A is including all these people, why wouldn't plan B be something where it's just you and him? Because at around, like, once it was like 2 weeks out from his birthday, I would have hit the whole group chat up like, hey, so because there's so many of us involved and no one's getting back to me, I'm going to have to go ahead and go on my plan B. You know what I mean? Because planning is frustrating. And if y'all aren't going to play ball, we need to make a whole new game that y'all are not in. Like, I'm not about to be sitting here waiting for a response from you, wasting my time when I could be using this time to go and schedule something or someone else. Right? Like, I would not have been, after there was like 2 weeks out until his birthday, I would have been like, yeah, so because there's so many of y'all and nobody's contacting me, I'm not going to do this. I would hope if y'all have something in mind, y'all would invite me. But honestly, after all this with the animosity, I wouldn't have added that last part. Like, fuck y'all. So, that evening, the week before B's birthday, around 10 p.m., shout out to Lexi for the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, boo. So that evening, the weekend before B's birthday, and around 10 p.m., the group chat started lighting up. Oh my God. Girl, when I tell you I would have deleted that group chat so fucking fast, like that shit would have been non-existent. So the group chat starts lighting up. The two girls that are not fond of me, I'll call them A and C, were spamming the chat, essentially bashing on the idea I made for B's dinner, saying that the time and place was inconvenient because people work late and others had homework for class. Then they started offering their own suggestions about going into the city to go to bars that are open until 3 a.m. because it's more accessible for everyone, and saying we could book a hotel room for the night and buy our own food and drinks. This is why, girl. Another thing I'll say, elephant in the room, is this is an already established friend group. So it's like you're over here trying to take charge and tell like an already established friend group with hierarchies and shit like how to move. I had a feeling this was going to happen, but there's a lack of communication on their side where it's like it would have been nice for you to tell me this weeks ago so we didn't have to like buy a hotel on the whim. Like we could have planned this out properly. What the fuck? Like, these people. In all honesty, I can admit not everything they said was a bad idea, but I just feel as though I had several valid reasons for getting upset. For starters, I was funding the dinner. B did it for me and all my friends, and I had no issue returning the favor. I will say, though, this time in my life, I had a lot of serious personal issues going on at home, and one thing that was constant was that I was stressing financially. Don't get me wrong, things weren't terrible because I was blessed to be able to pay for it. But damn, y'all want to go bar hopping in a major city? That's different. That's different price ranges. My next reason for being upset was that they waited until 1 week before his birthday to notify me of their concerns and offer alternatives. I was open to other ideas, but it's like, damn, why'd you wait so long to give me other ideas? And then the other ideas are very expensive. Also, if the plans genuinely weren't applicable, let's just say they text me in advance. That's my grievance. Like, why didn't you let me know immediately? Like, yeah, this isn't going to work. You know what that lets me know? Y'all simmered on that shit so y'all can get drunk with each other and talk shit and like drag the situation when you easily could have been an adult and text this girl and said, hey, that's not really the vibe. This is what we usually do. It fits with everyone's schedule. Boom. But no. Why couldn't we rain check for a different weekend like I suggested multiple times? Because I'm telling you, they got their little group hierarchy and they think you're trying to infiltrate. They're being childish. There was other things that rubbed me the wrong way. Damn, pause, but it just stormed over here and now the sun is like blazing. Anyway. So here's some other things that rubbed me the wrong way about the messages I received. Like 1, they waited to text me late at night. 2, it seemed as though they were ganging up on me. And 3, they now all of a sudden y'all worried about C19, but your first option is to go to a restaurant or a bar. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Then what else? Hold on. Then 4, I felt like there was passive aggressive tone to the messages. That whole thing was passive aggressive. For example, there was one point when one of the girls, in particular, girl A, threw a comment along the lines of, if you can't stay out late because of your mom, I'll drive B home and you can leave. Girl, what? Aren't you funding the night? I want to see how your man handle this, because this is ridiculous. She said that because one of my mom's rules living with her, even though I was 22, that if I went out, she wanted me back by 12:30 a.m. Damn. How does she know your personal business, though? Your man been talking shit. That's crazy. The evening I received the text, I was hanging out with B and his family after we had dinner. I just like to preface, that's another thing, passive aggressive as fuck. We just had dinner and you didn't tell me this over dinner? Okay. So I just like to preface this by saying I'm one of those girls known for having resting bitch face, but I'm also not the type of person to hide when something displeases me, especially in a relationship. B could see that I was upset, but he assumed it must have been something to do with my personal issues at home. And I told him, no, I'll fill you in later. Although I was annoyed, I did my best to interact with B's family. I wasn't rude or dismissive, and I had a good time with everyone. I just didn't smile a lot or whatever. So I waited patiently until we were alone, and then I showed him the text. I didn't even respond to the girls until I talked with him, despite their insistent messaging, that back-to-back ass messaging. B was not happy and dropped some nasty insults towards A and C. I will not be reiterating the words because they were truly cruel. I just told him that he didn't need to go that far with how disrespectful he's being, but I made it clear that I'm not happy. We had a long and ultimately pointless discussion where things ended the way they always did, with me asking him to confront/have a talk with them, and B telling me there's no point because they won't change. It doesn't matter, bro. You need to stand up for her. Even if you think it won't change, then what's the harm in saying it? If you think nothing will change, what's the harm? Eventually, I dropped the discussion because it wasn't the first time we talked about the issue. Regardless, with B's help, I crafted a response to the chat, basically repeating that B doesn't, fuck that. B, you need to send them a text from your phone, not her translating, talking about B said, no, because then they're going to be like, oh, you're manipulating him, you getting into his head, you making him say this. No, B needs to be a grown-ass man and text them all those nasty, unrepeatable things that you said. Because no, that's how you start not be a man. But no, that is how you start instilling boundaries. That's how it begins. Is even if they're not used to it, so what? I don't like that. Wow. So now B doesn't want to go to the city and he doesn't want to rent a hotel. He wants something small and local. I chose the chain restaurant that I did because I checked COVID policies. You could reserve a table up to 15, socially distanced. I told them unless they had other options for something better suiting the occasion, that I will not be changing the plans, especially when we've had so much time to talk about it. At the moment, the only options are let me know if they can or can't come so I could submit the reservation request or completely reschedule. Ooh, girl, they gonna think you really controlling now. They got upset with me and zeroed in on the fact that I gave an ultimatum. Yup. These people so predictable. They're so childish. So the other girl, C, had texted and said something along the lines of, let me get this straight. You made a reservation knowing that not all of us could make it? Girl, no, we're trying to make a reservation and y'all won't be real. Y'all being passive as fuck about what you want to do. I was feeling vindictive and decided to be petty, so I said, no, there wasn't one made, but I'm planning on making it right now. If things are still undecided, just let me know and can't come. I'll adjust it. Well, apparently being petty was the wrong move, especially because in that moment, I didn't end up reserving a table at all and just texted that to get a rise out of them and get them to finally make up their minds whether they would or could not make it. B knew what I wrote and he even encouraged me to send the message. I bet you he did, because I talked to y'all about this before, when how sometimes men will use their partner to be their mouthpiece and say what they would never say to their family, and now they're over here wondering why their family don't like their girlfriend slash fiance when you've manipulated it this whole time because you hate your cousins and shit, but you would never say it to their face, and now your girl is public enemy number one because she cares about you and wants to stand up for you. Like, he's a little messy boots. So, although we knew that it would be irritating for both A and C, we did not expect the level of anger that was received. Long story short, none of the friends showed up. I felt horrible on B's behalf, and he kept saying it wasn't my fault, but I knew he was upset. I had managed to scrounge up last second friends for the dinner, though. Only 3 people, if we're being honest. 2 of them a couple. And as I was driving B home, he divulged to me that A and C were texting him, trying to get him to agree to a private convo. No, that's that passive aggressive shit. That's that little girl shit. Like, y'all need to grow up. They were hitting him up throughout the whole dinner, and B had not replied. If I was B, I would have turned my phone off. Like, if you're not at this dinner, you're not here for me, you don't need to talk to me. So I told B I want him to pretend that he doesn't know all the details of what happened. Hold on. They've been hitting him up, and B had not replied. I had this gut feeling something was wrong. So I told B I wanted him to pretend like he just doesn't know all the details of what's going on. When Sunday came around, the girl C was busy, but the girl A and her boyfriend were not, and they made plans to stop by B's house to talk, but also to stick around for the birthday celebration his mother was throwing. A and her boyfriend, remember, he's also a part of the group chat, but had been radio silent, arrive at B's house early. I was not there and did not arrive until later, so this part is all based on my ex's word. B told me A asked if they could talk in his room. He agreed, and she tells him that I have been rude. And when it comes out that not everyone could come to the birthday dinner, I texted the group chat saying I already made reservations and said that I cursed them out. What? According to B, he instantly got angry at the lie, but kept my wish for him to play dumb. He swore he defended me, and he insisted to A that I would never say something like that. All while she keep arguing, begging him to believe her. Meanwhile, A's boyfriend sat beside her quiet the whole time as she lied to B's face. Eventually, B insisted for the final time there was no way that I would do that. When B finally told me, after A and her boyfriend and all the other guests left, I lost my mind. I started crying out of anger and hurt while B kept trying to calm me down. Look, I think that's cap. I don't think that he stood up for you at all. Like, I think he just let her talk and ate it. I don't think he stood up for you at all. And honestly, playing dumb is dumb. I would have said straight up, no, you're lying to me. I was with her when she wrote that text and that didn't happen. That's how you stand on business. Talking about some, oh, I told him to play dumb, play it down. No, that is not how you instill a boundary. That's what I'm saying. Like, coward, this dude, wow. So I yelled at him saying I wanted him to call A's boyfriend and tell him that B knew the whole time they were lying. B didn't want to because he said it was pointless. Wow. He said I should be the bigger person. He also would grab my phone out of my hand when I started threatening to call them myself. Girl, you should have just left, cussed them out, and just never talked to them again. By this point in our relationship, incidents like this have been happening, and I always ended up feeling like shit because B would never defend me. I just wanted my significant other to protect me and put their foot down and talk to these girls about their behavior. My thought process was, if B didn't want to stand up for himself, that's cool. That's your decision. However, I was sick of being the bigger person when it came to me being treated poorly. My tantrum had ended with me telling B I don't believe in giving him an ultimatum in this situation. If he wants to be friends with them, that's your decision, but I've had enough. I set a boundary with B and said that I refuse to hang out with them. Now, mind you, not all of his friends, just A and C. I told B if he wanted to make plans to go out with these girls, fine by me. Just don't expect me there. See, and that's the thing. It's like wishful thinking. Girl, you need to leave this man alone. Like, and I really hope that this is past tense. Because you keep calling him X. So I really hope this is past tense. If anybody is listening and this sounds familiar to you, type, bruh, run. Okay, there are certain ultimatums you need to make, because disrespect is disrespect, and that's like the basis of love, is having respect. And like, that's the basis of consent, is having respect. And I couldn't hang out with somebody who I knew was disrespecting the person I love, and like had no respect for the person I love. So there is no, yeah, you can hang out with them if you want. Nah, no, ride or die. You either team me or team them. I don't give a fuck. It's like the older you get, you realize there really is no like gray when it comes to that type of stuff. Like, nah. So B got upset about this, and the fight continued until he caved and called A's boyfriend to inform him we caught him in a lie. We said that I did not appreciate how they spoke and will not be associating myself with them. Nothing else was said, but things did not get better from there. Damn. 2 weeks went by, and I started noticing B was being distant and cold. I confronted him several times, and each time he said I was overthinking. It took forever for B to finally admit to me he was feeling some type of way with my reaction. His words broke me. Our whole relationship had felt like pulling teeth with him, because B always says he wasn't good at feelings. Yeah, it seems to me like he just bottles them up and just lets people walk over him like a doormat. But then when he wants to feel strong, he acts like, oh, well, a doormat is a really functioning part of a house, actually. Like, me and my cousins were actually really cool. Like, and it's like, bro, no, like, mm-mm. Basically, he had that typical toxic masculine way of thinking. We were already in a rocky place, and this whole fight made it worse, and his coldness on me was the icing on the cake. So I sat there begging a grown-ass man to be honest with me about his feelings. B explained to me he's offended by my boundary and my reaction. Well, I explained again my side of things. He agreed he understood, but just couldn't help feeling upset. Right, because that's his programming. He's been programmed to be emotionally abused, eat it, and then go be friends with the person who was just abusing you. That's how his family works. He asked me to offer A and C an apology and to talk things out. And when I refused, we sat in an awkward silence. My reasoning is just I couldn't fathom how dismissive he was being of my feelings with A and C. That's his family, bro. It seems like he choosing. That year was filled with constant jabs at me, offensive jokes at my expense, the girls excluding me from activities, and B would always brush off their behavior no matter what. My patience reached its limit. I surmised if B did love and care for me, he would at least not be treating me so bad at most. But instead, here he sat in my room, fighting to defend these rude little girls. Growing up, my mom always told me just because you love someone doesn't mean you have to be with them. Love is not enough to sustain a relationship. There needs to be compromise, communication, and respect. Something I knew deep down but refused to acknowledge lacking between B and I. So now B crying. B burst into tears and demanded I get out of his house. And B started to panic. I burst into tears and I demanded he get out of my house, and B started to panic and begging me not to break up with him. And through my sobbing, I told him, I stuck by you through all of this stuff, and I would never even think of hesitating if the roles were reversed, and you're over here questioning me. And I figured that if B was so offended by my reaction to the disrespect that his friends were giving me, that he's now questioning whether he wants to be with me or not. Wow. As soon as I stood up, B burst out crying too. Man, anyways, to shorten this already long, excruciatingly long email, that is how B got me to stay with him. I can't tell you if B's reaction was real or a ploy to get me to comply, but I can tell you it worked. We ended up staying together for another year, actually. Oh my gosh. And I did wave the white flag over the boundary I created, even though I definitely didn't apologize. That's crazy. You really just said, fuck everything. I guess I'm just gonna ball. B tried hard to get to me too, to apologize. I did have a little intervention between myself, A, and C, along with all of our boyfriends there. Nothing changed. Surprise, surprise. In fact, things only became more tumultuous, and I acquired a lot of resentment towards B and would find myself feeling disgusted with the man I thought I loved. Sometimes picking fights just to have an excuse not to talk to him. Damn. Once resentment builds within a relationship, it's hard to backtrack, and oftentimes you'll never be able to view that person the same way as before. Moral of the story is that I was young and stupid. All my closest friends and family absolutely hated B from the very start of our relationship. And even though I thought I myself could see we were heading downhill, I was stubborn and just wanted things to work. I learned a lot from this relationship, and it's helped me figure out what I value as an acceptable behavior. Look, I'm just glad you're not in this anymore because, bruh, this sounds like some bullshit. Like, you got me messed up. You over here crying. I done seen enough grown man cry. I don't give a shit. Wipe your nose. Get up. Like, bro, what the fuck? Damn, another year of that? And then he is so enmeshed with his family. It's like they won't go away. And I would be, bro, I will put the heat on the girls and her boyfriend. I'm like, so are y'all getting married soon? Are you going to whisk this bitch away anytime soon? Get her out of our fucking face? Like, please take her. Like, damn. Sheesh. I'm glad that she's out of the situation. You are educated. You got the thing. You don't need him. Fuck him. Fuck all of them. Like, you are a catch. You do not deserve that. You do not deserve to compete with other women, period. I don't care who. You do not deserve that. I don't care if it's his mama, whatever. That's not cool. So I'm glad that you are not in that situation anymore. But that is all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Tribe T. All these stories have really just been keeping me afloat during the holidays. I hope that y'all stay safe and like don't hurt nobody family because the clapbacks are clapping, okay?